And we're live. Yeah, biatches. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Military Mike in the morning, along with.
It's medicated Mike in the evening.
And apparently there's some type of sexual tension between Alex.
Is it drunk Mike in the evenings, medicated Mike in the early AMs, and hey, it's military Mike at 7:30 in the morning?
Yeah, that works for me. Apparently there's some sexual tensions between Steph and Scottie's playing hiccup
peekaboo
keyboards.
I'm Catholic.
No. Is there?
And we're live in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ Scottie in the house with my two co-hosts. I almost said favorite.
Yeah, it's MFF Friday.
We're your only co-hosts in the morning now. Gee, thanks.
You make that sound like it's my fault.
It is. You don't know how to stop chasing people around with inanimate objects.
I would say this would be a good time to run a song or a commercial.
Why is it?
Pause YouTube and let's just start this bitch again.
Stephanie makes a comment. Stephanie, let's clear something up. You're saying I'm chasing you around with objects.
No, I didn't say me.
But what I hear is you beep, 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 beep. And Mike goes, watch out, Stephanie, backing it up.
Nope. You're chasing Mike around.
This show's going down faster than an Egyptian airliner. What, too soon?
Ooh.
A blonde at the cheetah, maybe.
I can't find.
Well, the cheetah's a little nicer.
Yeah.
What's the one on?
Stroker.
What's the? Yeah, there you go.
There ain't no blondes there.
You disgust me.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
It's just in
Shooter's Alley is the one I was trying to think about. It's at Peachtree.
Redbone.
Buford Highway next to Checkers.
Is the Pink
Next to
Pony still open?
Plug for Checkers fries.
Yeah, it's got.
You go to Checkers to get your fries. You go next door to get something to dip in.
It's got a drive up, a walk up, and a stripper up. Pull up. Get it? Pull up.
No, hey, how you
Yo,
doing?
what up? Pull up. So the Conyers police nab 9 in a prostitution sting. I can only imagine what they look like.
Really? Where did you see
9
this?
prostitutes in Conyers. Can you
Where?
imagine? What Conyers?
No crap, dum-dum. Where?
H. You know what?
Hometown Sweets? Pardon moi.
Oh, my God.
If I would have been Mike,
done
you would have
that.
punched me. Shut up, Mike. God.
Yes.
It's supposed to be comedy. Could you please start? So where did they find these hookers?
I don't know. Find the damn story yourself.
So, Steph, what do you got this morning?
Hey, me out of here, baby.
Because you're already acting like a biatch already.
You told me to go find something on the fun page, and I can't find it.
Okay, you just keep staying in there.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. What about the hookers?
Well, prostitutes looking for clients and men looking for prostitutes should be learning by now to stay out of Conyers and Covington. In the past 11 months, pandering stings by the police departments in both municipalities. Say that with me, redneck Steph. Thank you. Have resulted in 75 men being arrested on disorderly conduct. I didn't know it was disorderly
75.
conduct. Yeah,
Does it
11 months.
Wow.
Does it describe who some of these men are? Because it should be under public record.
Like curve to the left, curve to the right?
No, like
Somebody you know? Or?
And
possibly, and that's why I'm asking you to describe if it gives any info about what any of them's job descriptions are.
The following men allegedly responded to the ad by telephone and made arrangements to meet with a prostitute. You want me to read off their names?
Were they pretty?
The hookers?
No, the dudes that got busted in this last sting, the 9 guys.
Remember? Yes, I would love for you to read off.
Are you serious?
Okay. Etch the names and read what occupations they are.
No, it just has their names and address and where they live.
Okay. So there's no occupations.
No.
Huh,
Wow.
Okay. That's what I was after.
And don't they realize yet that when they show up and the women have, first of all their teeth and their lips aren't going 90 miles an hour or their chin's not going 90 miles an hour.
Look, why do you
think they're pretty?
Why do you think prostitutes?
Ding, 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 ding.
Why do you think they're automatically like crackheads?
Because they normally.
Because all
are.
of Stephanie's cousins are like that.
No, they're not.
Wait. There's a difference, Mikey. You
Uh-huh.
should know this, and Stephanie shouldn't know this. Well, Stephanie should because of her family, but you should know, and she should. Y'all should both know. You're from two different ends of the spectrum. There's a difference between a call girl,
Yeah.
Yes.
a madam,
Yes.
a mistress,
Yes.
a hooker, a whore, a
And a
slut,
prostitute.
and a prostitute.
Yes.
And the reason I threw slut in there is because Stephanie's relatives don't get paid. That just makes them
Yeah.
sluts.
And if one
Yes, they do, but they can't help that it's by the county,
It's what?
by the state.
What?
Steph,
Never
if
mind.
any of your family members say they're working the family reunion, I know what that means. No,
When they say they're working the buffet, you really know that
I'm
it's not the
sure.
chicken aisle.
I'm sure there's a bunch of busted tooth crack whores out there somewhere. But
Have
Steph,
you seen the hookers here in Conyers?
I'm telling you there's a lot of.
God
And
almighty.
I've never had a call. I've never been with a call girl.
Go
or an
buy you a
escort.
taco and go
Got
to
Me
the
pen?
city of Conyers, and you tell me what she looks like.
Well, here I'm just saying.
Ain't that right,
Scotty?
Scotty?
Yes.
I was about to say, here, you need this one. I know this one works. I mean, I know a bunch of girls that do it, and
That's why I wanted you to read it if it was on there.
yeah.
Employees.
I think so.
Huh?
There's some of these names. You know, you can tell the difference between some of these names, and I know I'm stereotyping, but come on, some of these are big family names, and some are just
Yeah, but what happens if it's just a dude that
No,
Looks like
wanted
a
some
lady?
action?
no, this is a sting. I mean, they
I
place
know
the
what
ad
it
and-
was. I'm talking about what if the dude just wanted some action?
Well, I don't. You know, I always when I went up and said, "What do I get for 20?" I kind of knew what I was looking for.
Oh, really? Because I thought the girl looked at you and go, anything you want.
Yeah.
$20 make you holla.
Anything.
Anything for $20. Woohoo! I'm getting my deck painted. So
Hey, Joe, love you a long time, Joe.
no, I mean, you know, working in the adult clubs, there were half a dozen girls that worked there that were, you know, that too, and then there was always when you work at a nice adult club and women show up, you know, like one woman wants to come in, she's working the crowd.
Everything you want. Everything. Everything.
Everything.
Oh.
Don't do that, baby.
Oh. So horny. So horny.
I just thought I'd throw that in. We love you a long time.
Yeah,
I just wanted to throw Mike's
Sitting
little.
at
yeah, one of the
home with
weird
my-
Vietnam editions.
That was from a good movie, though.
Yeah, it's
Full Metal Jacket.
All right, is that it? So what's the outcome here? Where did you get said information? What newspaper?
I got said information from the Rockdale Citizen.
So it's not made up.
No, this is for real, dude.
Okay, I just wanted to be clear.
Yep, it occurred on the 13th and resulted in 9 arrests, and they just now today posted.
So they were running a sting.
a sting-a-ling-a-ding-a-ding.
There you go.
Yep. One, you know, if you're responding to that kind of stuff in the newspaper, well, you're stupid. Two, have you ever seen whatever happened to that TV show? And it was by a major outlet where they would pose as a young girl, and these pedophiles used to show up at the fake house, and they would have video cameras in there, and then the reporter would walk out and go, "Hey, get this, dude, you're busted."
Right.
And the guys are, "Oh, I'll never do it again." And like next week,
Whatever.
they're nailing the dude again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna look that up real quick.
Why
you guys-
don't you do that?
Yeah. And
Stephanie, how about you?
not a.
I was looking up a armed robbery that I saw on the news that happened here in Rockdale.
Oh yeah, we couldn't get our kid. They had our nursery.
that was one of
the
them.
preschool closed down. Yeah, all sorts of stuff's coming out about. There was a bank right there across from Quick Trip, and the play care, as my wife calls it, was behind this bank, and it was they shut it down where we couldn't even go get our kid or anything because they were looking for this armed suspect.
How do y'all feel about that when they they lock something down, they won't even let the parents.
I'm okay with it.
All right, okay.
Because it's overall for the protection of the kid. I mean, so you got to kind of give them a little bit of credit for it.
If I show up in a situation like that and I want my kid, they're going to give me my kid or I'm going to be on TV. Just saying.
It's a double-edged sword.
Well, you ought to see me with a ninja sword.
Okay,
I'm like
so
a fat
let's
ninja.
not be stupid here. But truthfully, if you put yourself in that equation, do you really take that chance?
I've just never thought.
Because what if the guy that robbed the bank had a kid in that building?
Mhm.
What if he runs into the building to get his kid
Mhm.
to also hide?
Mhm.
So it's easier just to lock the doors and say nobody's getting in until they figure something out.
Well, there
Yeah.
was that robbery there at the BBT
Yeah.
on Salem Road, and then the Ingalls,
yeah.
that's across the
And that Ingalls got
streets.
robbed in broad daylight
The
too.
BBT at
But
Salem,
again,
Yes.
but
That's why I gotta
again,
go there
let's-
today.
let's not make it out like these crimes are really happening. I would hate to be accused of talking about something that really happened.
The Ingalls robbery. There
Mike,
was
you get it? I mean, it's just stupid.
There
It's
was
covered up.
Yeah.
700.
You got any more glitter for that turd?
Hey, look, I'm farting confetti.
There was $734 worth of oxycodone stolen and $161 worth of hydrocodone.
Jeez, I take that a
stolen.
day. How much can that be? A handful?
I don't
And
know.
you know the stupid thing is he goes in to rob the Ingalls, and if he just would have went across the street, he could have robbed the dope man. I mean,
Seriously.
one side of Salem you get the real pharmaceuticals, and then on the other side of Salem, we're only talking about crossing the intersection.
Seriously, man. I'm freaking stupid. That's why they call it dope, right?
You'd have been better off robbing the drug dealer. I mean,
God.
unless it was the drug dealer that was involved of the robbery, and then
What do you in jail
wait a minute,
for?
let me not make that story up. I'd hate to get sued by the drug dealer for fabricating a story.
Yeah. What are you in for, man? I killed my whole family. What about you? I stole $7 worth of Oxycontin. Freaking retards. I
It's
swear to God,
unbelievable
people.
some of the stupid stuff that's now
Jesus. It is.
it's
It is.
getting I wouldn't say it's getting leaked out, but it's,
No,
it's so
it's-
funny to keep
it's
seeing all
how-
this stupid stuff happening.
It's like how desperate people are, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not going to say that. I don't want to say that. Jeez.
But our crime rate's 30% down.
I know it's before 8 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'm going to say this shit before I get in trouble. Scottie said that. Remember
Scottie
Jim
said
Carrey? Jim Carrey and Dumber and Dumber?
That's right.
He did it.
But then, we got to laugh because in Newton County last night, there was a friggin' stabbing right there at the front of a subdivision.
Yep.
And the people apparently that called the cops are the very same ones that got locked up.
Why'd you stab him?
Wow.
He stole my Oxycontin.
That's right. That I just stole from the Ingalls.
Jesus Christ.
And you
What?
can't, how do you get mad at us for only talking about the stuff that's happening? I mean, just
That's
Jesus
in the
Christ.
news. Because where do you think we get it from? We
Okay,
we scan the news outlets
It's
on
just
the
funny.
computer.
But I mean, every
Or see
chamber
it on
of
the news.
commerce everywhere is always going to say if you have a local business, you should always, do business locally and discuss local topics and stuff like that. So we do it,
And then we
and we
yelled
get,
at.
and we get, like you guys are tarnishing our image. No, we're not.
Oh, yeah, because I paid the guy to go rob the Ingalls.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I need a story to talk
Yeah.
about on the radio. Go get me some oxygen.
I was about to say, who you
Hey,
think
man,
that
I just need some
I need a story instead of he needs a rock.
No, I didn't say nothing about no right now.
I didn't spell it that way, Stephanie. So
Let me throw my CarMax at you.
Oh,
don't
if you
throw your
like-
karma at me. I've seen that bus that ran over you, and I don't want it.
I didn't know
Like-
you liked Dwayne Johnson. The Rock, get it?
Uh-huh.
Ah,
John Cena.
So what else do we got?
I'm blind.
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Well, I can't find it. If somebody's listening or watching, if y'all remember that show, it was like ABC News or 60 Minutes or something, one of the news shows.
I like watching Busted.
They
And
what's Busted? I haven't seen Busted.
It's like Cheaters.
Okay. I haven't seen that.
I like watching Cheaters too because
Well,
it's funny.
The old cheaters, not the new cheaters.
Oh, this is my first time. Really? We've been following you around for like a week.
I like to watch the What Would You Do?
Oh, I don't know. That just seems so scripted sometimes. It just seems it's so real. It looks fake.
After
You know what I
watching
mean?
some behind the scenes of Naked and Afraid, I'm kind of shaking my head about that now.
Oh no, really?
Yeah,
I was
because
just about
it
to
shows-
start watching that series.
Well, some of the stuff it's still not bad, but so they're showing the cameraman following the girl as she just took her clothes off. And then they're following the guy as he just took his clothes off. And they're both walking down this bank of like a river to meet up.
Right.
Well, on the show, you just see them meet up. Well, on the behind the scenes, you see as the one girl's getting ready to get undressed, she's looking at the camera guy going, you may be here for about 3 hours. I don't know how quick I can do this. I'm not comfortable. I'm about to puke. My anxieties, blah, 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 blah. Well, on the actual show, it just makes it look like she takes them off and walks. Okay. So now it advances to when they're walking up to meet. When they're walking up to meet, you just look at it as they just walk up and meet. Of course, they edited it to make it look like they both had nerves of steel and they walked up to meet. Well, what you don't realize is as the girl's coming from the left, the guy's coming from the right. The guy's just standing there leaning on a tree. The cameraman standing there. The guy holding the mic boom standing there. And they're just like, we'll tell you when to go. Because it's not really reality. It's semi-reality. Because it's
I'm
like,
okay with that.
it's like, okay, here she comes. When I count to 3, start walking. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here she comes. Yeah, but that's not reality.
I'm okay with. I thought you meant like they were, they show the cameraman eating a sandwich and the girl's over there going, "Hey, look what I got over here, and I'll do it for a piece of sandwich or something."
Oh, shut it up! You're such an idiot.
What? I mean, don't you think
you are
like
the
that?
biggest perv I've ever seen?
Oh my God, you're talking about naked. A woman naked in the woods. You don't think she's going to give it up for a sandwich?
No.
Jeez. Women give it up for freaking Oxycontin.
Them women are absolutely nasty
tacos.
at this
I've never
point
watched it.
because they are so. You need to watch it.
Well, are they nasty or do they get to go back to a hotel room at night? So
no, they sleep outside, dude.
So you say. You see what I'm saying?
You
Behind
watch
the
it on
scenes?
video.
But it's
I know it's
edited.
edited. No,
You
dude,
just said it was
you need to go
edited.
watch it. I just said that seeing the behind the scenes kind of messed it up a little
Okay,
bit. for
like
me.
Bering Sea Gold. You ever watch that?
Not really.
okay.
I've seen bits and pieces.
Yeah, I like the Alaskan shows and the survival.
I do
stuff,
too, but-
okay. So I'm watching Bering Sea Gold. Okay, and this one dredger literally has a dump.
Yes, the backhoe.
The backhoe. That's what I was trying to
Yes.
say. Thank you. And it's spinning around, and the weight part of the cab hits one of the guys, the deckhands. Okay,
Yes.
this guy's like spitting blood out,
Oh, I'm sure.
and the cameraman's just standing there.
Yes,
But
because
then
they're
it-
not supposed to touch it.
Yeah, but then it cuts, and now the guy's in the little cab area, So I'm like, come on, man. And there was one time when these guys are taking on water, and they're like 3 hours away from the shore. Okay, so seriously, the cameraman's just going to sit there and die with them? Come on. I just, look, it's not like the Coast Guard show I watched up in the Kodiak Island, where those guys are freaking trained professionals. But I just want
it as real as possible. If it's supposed to be a reality show, then it's supposed to be reality.
That's why I like the show Alone, because what
I
they
just
do
started to watch it last night and I didn't get to it because I was falling asleep.
well, it's kind of boring. They drop these people off and they give them cameras, and they don't tell them when they're coming back. They don't tell them when other people lose or anything else like that, and they're miles away from each other. This one dude, he was yelling and screaming out by the lake because being alone was making him nuts. And some other guy heard it like 4 miles away and was like, "Damn, those are coyotes," or those are bears.
The show that you're trying to remember is To Catch a Predator.
To Catch a Predator. Okay, cool. I'm gonna
Now,
look it
see,
up.
I like Dual Survivor because,
just a heads up.
yeah, I know
okay.
it's coming. Dual Survivor at least says this is staged.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know
What
that.
they do is they take scenarios
Well,
and they drop these two guys into these scenarios.
yeah, but now they got that military dude, and I gotta tell you, he's
Which one?
the new one, the new survivor.
See, I wish it'd go
Or
back to
dual
Matt,
survivor.
Matt and Joe.
Yeah, those
I
guys.
like those two perfect. I even liked Cody with Matt, but there was a little friction between the two.
Yeah.
But Matt and Joe were great.
I just. You ever watch the show?
The new guy that plays the hippie kind of earth love bound idiot. Oh,
Yeah.
I can't stand him. When he starts crying when he's talking and hugging trees. Like,
But-
who in the hell? What grown man hugs a tree and starts
Oh,
crying?
You don't know any people like that? I know some people.
No, I try to stay away from those people.
I know some people like that, and they do.
Any
Dude.
biatch that hugs a tree and starts crying deserves a kick in the vajayjay.
Have you ever seen the claw?
And if he
that
doesn't
grabs
have a
tree?
vajayjay, he will after I kick him.
You ever seen the
Gonna
claw
hug a
that,
tree and cry.
the arm that grabs a tree and then cuts it off and then sets it down? You ever seen that?
Yes.
Okay. I have actually seen people pull off to the side of the road with their kids and run up to the little fences that they built and be screaming at those trees cutters.
Well, we have a new listener, so we,
I get that. I get the whole Greenpeace thing. I was that guy for a long time.
Were you really?
Dude, there's certain things everybody thinks because of what they see or hear here on the show, they think they know me. I'm all about trying to do what's right for Mother Nature, but at the same time, I'm not running up to a tree and gonna cry and hug it.
But you'd run up to a whale. Greenpeace weenie. I had no idea, but I can see it now
Look at you.
with the
Well, like-
little pointy
Like
goatee.
Doc came here last
And-
night and started talking about her son having to learn more swimming stuff because of Scouts. And I said, Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts? She said, Boy Scouts. I said, oh, let me fill you in. And she just looked at me like, how in the world would you know? So I started telling her, and at the time, again, because you don't know me, I was on my iPad looking for these new canoes that I was looking for.
Mhm.
So there's a Mad River Adventure 16 that I want, which means nothing to you.
Yeah, it sounds like a video game. The
I
only
know,
reason
right?
you're looking for a canoe is because you fall out of the John boat when you're trying to cut. the
No,
grass out
but
there.
I've always wanted this new canoe, and that would give me and my wife and Zaylee we could go down and do the kayak little thing down
yeah, exciting.
at Porterdale. Anyways, it's what I want to do. It doesn't matter what you do. So
But I don't know
the
you.
point is, so I start telling her, you need to go ahead and let your son know if he's having a hard time swimming now, to get the swimming merit badge, they throw you in a lake fully clothed.
With chains.
And well, by the time everything gets wet, your boots and everything else, yeah, it's going to feel like change.
Mhm.
But you have to tread water for 5 minutes and you can't move your hands or feet. You have to and keep your face out of the water and then exhale. And as you start to submerge underwater, you got to suck in another big old chest full of air, and you have to do that for 5 minutes. And you can't like doggy paddle. You can't do any of that. And then another one of the ones is where they throw you in the lake fully clothed, and you have to take your clothes off and make your pants into a flotation device. And a lot of people don't know how to do that. And you have to be able to like float on top of the water for 10 minutes for that. Then, not counting the canoeing merit badge, what you have to do, the archery merit badge. See, I was into all that.
Well, I'm sure it's a prerequisite
And-
for Greenpeace, you whale hugger.
Well, before my back surgery, dude, I was all about always hiking. I was always rappelling. I was always in the mountains. I was always doing this. I was always
mating
doing
with
that.
whales.
I can't anymore because of back surgery, but I still want to go out and do these things. I've gotten so busy doing this that it's made me not able to do some of the other stuff that I love to do.
I'm sure Greenpeace is happy.
So again, that's where last year I was trying to find this Mad River Adventure 16, which I'm still looking for to
You
this
can't
day.
do that with your back.
I can go canoe with my back full.
I think they got some of those peace symbol canoes.
I'm
don't
gonna kick you in your uteri. Stephanie,
So we have a new listener.
Mike. I'm kidding. Let me go back to Stephanie.
Jeez. Sorry, listener, that you're tuning in to Rude Radio 101.
So how you doing, Mike? It's Freaky Friday, man.
Doing good, brother.
We're ready to go to a commercial anyways. Hurry up, Steph.
Smoke a
So-
blunt,
Could you hurry?
hug a whale.
Could you hurry? Hey,
So thanks, Luis, for tuning in to Just for Fun Radio in your face in the morning.
who is this?
Did you just tell a new listener in your face?
Yeah, because we're in your face in the mornings on Friday.
Man,
we
have
a
you
guest.
have you ever went and looked in the mirror?
We have a guest. Today?
Yes, just I got that covered in a second. Have you ever seen yourself in the mirror?
Say yourself in the mirror.
Have
Just
you
do
ever
it.
seen yourself in the mirror?
Well, duh. Doesn't everybody see themselves in the mirror?
That was a good answer. Good. We'll play.
But she doesn't see where this is going because she drug that part out. Can you imagine you in somebody's face in the
Oh
morning?
yeah, I'm fixing to get in your face.
Sheesh,
I got my
kebabs.
mace.
Stephanie leaned over to kiss me the other morning. I was like, "Woo!"
Oh, you wish.
Oh my!
People keep asking about morning
I am
breath.
not showing
But
up
in my
early
case-
anymore.
But my
ever.
case, when she leaned over, it wasn't morning breath. It was like, "Did you forget to wipe?"
What was she putting over?
She's ready to kill me. Stephanie.
I'm
Mike.
about to vomit.
Scotty.
So who's the person listening?
Luis.
Yeah.
From
Well, she was.
He's a coworker.
he. That's why I was going with it because I
Yes.
knew Mike was going to go
He's
she.
a coworker in the truck.
And his name
Thank
is
you.
Louise.
Luis.
Luis.
Louise.
Kind of like Luigi.
No, that's Italian. Luigi.
They're both from over a border. What difference does it make?
Well, there's
Without
no
offending-
wall being built around Italy.
You're an idiot. No, they just have a leaning tower.
Hey,
That
Poor
they never
architects.
straightened out.
Poor architects.
yeah. At least they weren't with Greenpeace.
All right, we got to go to commercial. It's 8:03. You know, the first half hour where we usually try to just bust you balls.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of truth into it.
Yeah, Greenpeace.
Well, everything that you were reading from the newspaper,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah, I got another one here out of Conyers where a man and woman,
hurry up.
a man and woman who came to Conyers to solicit money from others found themselves in jail on disorderly conduct
yeah,
charges
baby.
after they allegedly spit on each other.
Oh, so anyways, good morning, sir. Request that we spin to Savannah Webb, which I already have loaded, and she will be at the Mystic Grill tonight on the rooftop. So I'd like to go.
You
catch
know, the
that up.
weather is going to be.
Oh,
I know. And tomorrow
Sketchy.
morning, I got that charity 5K run in the city of Covington, where they
Sketchy.
love to do stuff.
Sketchy.
And we're going to be there in the mornings, but it's going to be a little like foggy in the morning. So the alarm is now going off. I got to go put the alarm up. Everybody hang tight. Here comes my absolute favorite song by Savannah Webb after these short commercial announcements.
Oh, she was going after them.
Wow.
All right, she got up.
We ever had a guest and didn't tell them? How's it going, man?
I'm going to learn that there is a
Military
double
Mike.
standard around here, Mike.
There's a double standard? Oh, man! That was, oh my God, that was disgusting.
Right there. Oh, cool.
Hey, I like you already.
Yeah. Thank you.
Why you put him by the fat guy? I know what's up. Oh my God, go to YouTube and watch that. That was funny.
So,
Yeah.
was it the It just dawned on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Was
so
Doc there?
I don't know what
Huh?
any of
Was
that.
Doc there?
No.
Oh.
I don't have any idea what any of that meant.
What?
Which means I was left out of something. Again.
Oh my God. Here, let me mute this for you, Mike.
I don't want to. just hashtagged you
Well, hugger, where'd they type that?
In the
Jacob.
chat.
So what are we talking about today, Brian?
It's Georgia.
That's the same thing that David's in, right?
Woman, don't you catch no attitude with me.
I
Fart
can.
on
You
you.
farted on me. You put your butt cheese on me. Yeah, he did that to my arm one time. That was disgusting. Oh, it was a lot. No, that was before we got video. Yeah, that was before we did the whole video thing. Why don't you come on? Celebrate.
I love that song.
So tomorrow, Saturday. So what I was gonna do is I gotta go do that charity 5K first thing in the morning,
Yeah.
and then I'm just gonna come home and get on a motorcycle. So I'm trying to get some of my boys that I know has got a bunch of stuff going on tomorrow, but I'm trying to see if they'll at least want to come over and do the party. And what was last night? A hogs meeting? Hogs
Yeah,
Happening?
it was,
Okay.
it was, yeah, it was just dog.
I had to get you a big fat cruiser. She's only gonna let you get away with this bobber shit for so long, you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Gotta find one.
Yeah, I have things where my wife's okayed stuff, and then over a glass of wine,
Yeah.
I hear something come out of her mouth last night, and I'm like, oh shit! I didn't realize that you were not okay with that.
Don't you love that?
I make sure I got witness.
Yeah, make sure you have it on video. Pictures are worthless. You need video. So yeah, when we go out of town, I'll need you to. Now she's gonna go out of town too.
Trying to figure out how to start a business doing that and
The
make some
the
money.
good thing is,
What?
hold on, let me mute.
Yeah, because I
And
swear
you
to
get
God, I
one.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't do it.
I took them. They actually
Going around
Stuff
and
similar.
taking care of people's dogs while they're working or while they go out of town, or any animal for that matter. Except for I got to draw the line at snakes and spiders. I can't do the snakes and spiders.
But she'll sure to hell play with a trouser monster if the wife's out of town.
Excuse me?
And we're live.
What about horses?
Yes.
What about horses?
Yes.
She only does that in Tijuana.
No, and for those, since we just chimed in, or just,
Stephanie, you
oh
gotta
my
start doing some
God.
clarification. Stephanie's like, Jesus, out of all the times for him to kick that mic on.
So
So-
I'm thinking
God, why
about
can't I
our-
cue up like some Mexican music, like sombrero music really fast?
No, I'm stop
sorry.
it so I can talk. So
There's a
Well, it is
new
Friday, so
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there's a new guy in the studio. She gets a little flirty.
no, I don't.
Could you hurry up and tell the story about
No,
you
I-
and
It's only a 2.5 hour show.
when we were on,
I mean, why not? Your husband's usually doing this.
It's
So
never-
the husband has this, and Steph, a bunch of livestock running around their house.
Your kids will never need sweaters.
So when we were on break, I was talking about the fact that I wanted to start taking care of people's animals when they go on vacation, or just be a pet.
Why don't you
sitter.
talk to your aunt?
I am.
That's who could help you.
Yeah, because I am, and she's gonna get
My
me.
sister-in-law used to do it down in Gulf Shores.
she's gonna get me like what she charges and
Right.
and stuff like that, because I'm kind of confused about that on what would be a good price, because Yeah.
$1 million.
it's
Wait,
something.
gonna do it. You gotta.
It's,
When I was 9, I was ritualistically shaven by a nun.
but it's something I can take Ashley to do. And when we was talking, I was saying I had to cut the limit off or cut it.
What?
And,
Hey, whoa there,
spiders-
Lorena Bobbitt.
Spiders and snakes.
You know why?
I can't do the spiders and snakes
Do you know why?
because I'm scared of them.
No, because I don't like spiders and snakes.
I don't.
And that ain't what it takes to love me. Jim Croce, man. 70s.
Yeah, I'll do pigs. I'll do horses.
No!
I've heard that about you.
I heard
Chickens.
I heard it was that only one time that you needed some gas money.
Hey, family reunions are family reunions, brother.
Are we throwing horseshoes?
Birds.
Yeah, first you got to knock your shoes off the horse.
Woo-hoo, look at that cornhole. Yeah,
Lizards.
We're gonna throw objects at that. And
we're gonna play that later.
squeal like a pig.
You got a pretty
Oh
mouth,
God, your
Steph.
phone. What? As she did her mouth like that. That was strange.
You got a pretty mouth, Steph.
Have you shaved today?
Oh wow, there you go. Show him, get him to read something.
Oh my God. Yeah, we don't need to say that out loud.
Mr.
Exactly.
Mr. Dyslexia.
So, anyways, we got my buddy in the house, Brian. He is
you.
he is taking over for our hour. Almost said
Hour?
hour. Oh, for our, I start talking like Stephanie there for a
He
second.
just said oral.
Yeah, well, that's what she's doing right now. Swallow it, Stephanie.
Oh
drinking my
God.
So, anyways, Brian is taking over District 5.
What have I done?
Yes.
Yeah, really.
This is why we try not to
What did I
invite
get myself
people.
into
Yeah,
here?
Fridays.
Yeah, it's-
Every
No,
time
it's-
we invite people in on Fridays,
This
they
is every
regret
day.
it as we start going, maybe Friday wasn't the day.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm starting to see that.
It's the unwind. That's what it is we get to unwind on this day.
Yeah, that's what
Yes.
I'm doing. Unwinding.
Put your clothes back on, Mike.
Squeaky, 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 squeaky.
Well, those underwear that he has on started out as granny panties and
He's
now they're
wearing
thongs.
something
Joke's on you. I don't have any on.
See?
Uh,
So tell everybody what you got going on, man.
Yeah, A Beta Georgia. Georgia's only state level motorcycle rights organization. I am the newly elected, a few months now, the district coordinator for District 5, which is based in Conyers. Our district covers primarily Rockdale, Walton, Newton counties, and some of the surrounding counties. Our mission is threefold. We do legislative, promote reasonable, fair legislation, motorcycle legislation. We promote biker safety, and awareness, and a positive public image of the motorcycling community.
Right.
Yep.
And I look back, and this just is kind of a weird start into where I was going, but I look back at I started riding street bikes in 90.
Mhm.
And
Started in the 90s too.
I had my first accident in the 90s. That in that first, I don't know, probably first 2 years is about. We was right there on Memorial Drive in front of Big John's Package in Stonewmont Theater.
Mhm.
I got slung right out in the middle of the intersection.
package store, not in front of
In
Big
front of
John's.
Big-
Yeah,
package.
yeah, it's a package
Okay,
store.
thanks for
Sorry,
the clarification.
it was. Yeah, I had to say it so
Yeah,
Mike
no
would know. Mike knows where Big John is.
But not his
that sounds
package.
foreign. You know where Big John's Package is.
Store.
Anywho's, and then like 93, I had another episode on Indian Trail hitting some loose gravel.
Good Lord.
So,
Mm.
I start looking at all the stupid things that have occurred,
Mhm.
and I never started dressing any better to be more protective.
Mhm.
Then this last year, I had a dude slam on the brakes in front of me. And then to avoid hitting him, I had to go left into oncoming traffic. Thank God nothing happened severely, but I still had to lay the bike down. Now in my mind, I'm starting to wear the mesh jackets, the better DOT helmets, the protective gloves.
It's important.
You
It's
know,
crazy out
yeah,
there.
you don't think
people
about
are
it.
Nuts, and it's not like riding. And I mean, you just said you had accidents in the 90s, but it's not like riding
No.
in the 90s anymore.
No,
I mean, it's
definitely
very
not.
different. You know, a lot of folks have been riding for many, many years, and they're like, "Oh, I don't need all that stuff." You know,
Right.
I'm just t-shirt and just
Flip-flops, dude.
flip-flops,
God.
stuff like that. But things are different these days. And cell phones are one of our biggest enemies.
Yeah.
You know, and people driving distracted.
Yes.
You know, I mean, how often is any of us seen going down the road? You know, people doing all kinds of stuff.
That's
right.
right.
Staring at their phones, erratically driving. Weaving all over the place.
Putting makeup on.
Yeah, putting makeup on. Exactly. I know I do mine in the morning.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you might want to go back and get in that car there, Brian.
It just sucks because now I started sharing some stuff and it's stuck in my mind now is to dress for the slide, not for the ride. Because even yesterday, I've got my DOT helmet on, my gloves, my vest, but I'm still in short sleeves. Well, that's still my elbows. And it's like, man, you know, it's we need to start thinking that way. And the biggest reason is you only have one set of hands. If you bust up an arm or leg, they can skin graft that, but not your hands. They can't skin graft the palms of your hands. Oh yeah, you're making it look like we got hooks because we're going to have lobster hands by the time we lose our fingers.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Genetically, you know, we'll lose these.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Great.
We'll have
great.
bulbous heads and be like 8 feet tall. And
So anyhow,
Some of us are already on our way. What's up there, Greenpeace?
you're such a dick. It's 8:19. I better watch it. So anyhow, you know, we start looking at all the things that are happening. You know, the biggest thing too is I remember all my guys that I used to hang out with. I'm watching them still on the weekends bar hop. And it really tripped me out. I was on the way to the A-Bait meeting the other day, and 12 bikes pull up. So, hey, what y'all doing? They left one bar and was on their way to another bar off of 316.
Right.
And I'm thinking, you're fixing to ride an hour and some change after you had several beers, but all you're doing is going to another bar to drink a couple more beers. And that right there is what bothers me. And they were like, what are you doing? I said, I'm on my way. I'm on my way to go have a meeting with A-Bait and discuss motorcycle safety. I'm not trying to knock anybody. You can do what you want to, but I mean, my other problem behind some of that is when you're drunk and you're riding next to me.
Right.
So not only do I have to worry about the guy in the SUV, I now have to worry about if the guy in the SUV isn't paying attention and swerves left, my guy to my right, if he's not paying attention or sober, I got to worry about him being what kills me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm all about,
it's
you know.
Yeah, I mean, as much as we like to blame cagers for a lot of accidents and things like that, most motorcycle accidents, 30% of them involve alcohol on part of the rider.
That's right.
Yeah.
And here lately, jokingly, my wife and some of my friends have been like, dude, you sure have grandpa'd up your bike. And I'm like, I'm okay with it. I've got yeah, man, but I've got a nice seat on it. It's comfortable. My wife's super comfortable. I got the tour pack with the nice, she can lean back in it. She could just about go to sleep on it if she wanted to. My daughter saw it for the first time since I've really done it up over the last several months. She saw it for the first time the other day and she looked at the seat. She goes, man, look, you've got Crystal hooked up. And I said, yeah, get on it and sit. So she sits in my spot. She's like, wow. And I have a backrest for me as well. And I said, hop in the back. She hopped in the back. And then I'm got these foot pegs that let you raise your legs up a little bit. And she's like, oh my God, this is like a recliner. And I'm like, yeah, man, you know, if you're going to ride for hours, be comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, I've got the Superman bike. If I want to go act crazy and jump around and do the bar hopping kind of thing, you know, I got a bike for that. If I just want to do some local tour type stuff, local riding, I don't even call it a tour. So, you know, the good thing is there's somebody like you out there that oh, Philip Snow, I could kick you in your crotch. So Philip, let's just change the topic for a second.
Okay.
So my bike, because I wear headphones every day, I'm hearing stuff all day, every day. I like having some peace and quiet occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
So I got tired of my pipes being so loud.
Right. Well, they can, long-term exposure, they can damage your ears.
Oh yeah. And that's what's wrong is I had
earplugs.
Yeah, I had I have the drag pipes on the Superman bike and I ran it without baffles for 10 years. and it's super friggin' loud. So I went ahead and put the baffles back in it. And then I ended up now having this bike. Well, this bike, when me and my wife are riding, we're now using 3/4 helmets when we're on the road, and I put the Cena headset in so we can talk.
Oh yeah.
So the problem is my exhaust keeps triggering her voice activated microphone. So I change over to the factory pipes. Well, the first day I'm like, oh, this is awesome because it's not too loud. But the problem is on my way to the ABATE meeting on Sunday, a lady kind of started turning on to me. So I went to rev up the exhaust to say, hey, lady, I'm here.
Yeah.
And I didn't even hear myself. So I'm laughing at myself going, now I am that guy. So Philip Snow, I actually have already changed those pipes back, and I've went back to my original Vance and Hines fishtails. So as he's sending me that, but you can't hear it running, because he rode behind me the other day and said, I didn't even know your bike was on. He says, I'm just watching you go down the road. Everybody else is going, you might as well have a gold wing, you know? So my wife, as soon as I put these fishtails back on, she says, hey, you sound like you have a Harley again.
There's nothing wrong with a gold wing now.
Hey.
I mean, you know, ABATE's for all bikes.
Oh, yeah.
All
Now,
bikes. We don't care what you ride as long as you ride.
before I bought the Road King, I looked at a gold wing. My problem is the way the fairing's designed. My knees stay on it like being on a dash of a car. I couldn't stand it. Mike, you have no idea. You don't ride. You don't know.
Well, you said your knees on the dash of a car. I'm just trying to
You're such a perv.
figure out
You're
what you're
such a
doing in
perv.
the car.
Philip Snow sends back, yay, because he just thought that was the cheesiest thing that I put factory exhaust on my bike.
Philip Snow's scary as it is. Didn't he dump that bike he was on the other night?
No.
Yeah, he did a couple of years ago. Or
years ago's not the other night, Mike.
The bike he was on the other night.
Yes.
Okay.
He got in a wreck because somebody slammed on the brakes in front of him.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. Thank you. God. Always want to talk specifics, except when you're being specific. Don't you have a Greenpeace meeting to go to?
Speaking of beluga whales,
they are so cool.
I'm looking at one.
Do you ever go to the aquarium?
I would call you a sperm whale, but your ex-wife said you're all dried up.
Bum, bum, bum.
Stephanie's not sure what to say.
Wow.
So what's on your agenda? So this weekend, paint a picture of what you do, this new thing that you're involved with, because now you've taken on more responsibility with ABATE. And I want people to really get an idea of what ABATE is, because I can't get a lot of people to understand what ABATE is, and I don't have all the lingo to throw it out there correctly.
Yeah, well, so the new thing is I just recently was elected acting state communications director. So working at the state level to promote ABATE across the state and to help increase membership and get the word out about what we do. So ABATE of Georgia, ABATE is a neutral organization. It's part of our job to bring the motorcycle, you know, all of the disparate voices in the motorcycling and biker communities together to fight for our rights, right? You know very well that there's all these little factions, all, you know, within the motorcycling community. You've got the crotch rocket riders over here, and the cruisers, and the older guys, and the younger guys, and the clubs, and all of this. Well, one of the things about that ABATE does is bring all of those together. We're a uniter.
Yeah, we're all, I say we, but y'all, it's all about two wheels at that point.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And that's what politicians are going to listen to, right? We need that voice, and it doesn't matter where that voice is coming from as long as it's being heard. And ABATE of Georgia is there to give voice to the motorcycle riders of Georgia.
Cool.
So for this weekend, one of the things that my district does is we support a lot of other, you know, part of our mission, as I said earlier, is to promote a positive public image of the biker community, and you know, and part of that is building relationships with other organizations and whatnot. So part of what we do is support other organizations' rides, right? Volunteer support, organization support, things like that. Tomorrow we have the Ride for the Fallen, and I believe you shared that that link from the article from was it Rockdale Citizen? Yeah,
they were the ones that was pushing what was happening in the Rockdale part of stuff as well.
So the Ride for the Fallen, military veterans organization that raises funding to support research for brain trauma for veterans.
See, I was kind of hoping this would
prevention,
get you.
suicide prevention, because there's 22 veterans every day
commit suicide.
So is this something you might want to come check out tomorrow, Mike?
Well,
that's who the ride is for, and
Right.
it is a free ride. There'll be free food. We're going to start at Cycle World up in Athens. We'll be there. Registration will start at 10 a.m. We're going to get the bikes ready, have a short kind of safety introduction and things like that, and then ride down to Statham, Georgia, where we're going to have the main ceremony. We'll have the stage set up. There'll be
what time does that one start?
So 10 a.m. at Cycle
World.
Yeah, and then the ceremony in Statham. We have a number of speakers. We've got some veterans, some legislators, even some of the family members of the fallen veterans, and because there's been 215 veterans that have fallen in Georgia since 9/11, and that's what this ride is. We're there to honor them and their memories. So if anybody does know of or have a family member that has fallen since 9/11, we encourage you to bring a photo out with them. We will have a wall of remembrance.
And this is what's happening in the Conyers location?
No, this is up in
the Statham part first.
Okay.
At
this point. Yeah, we're still at Statham at this point.
I just want to make sure that way they know.
Yeah, we're eating. We have the main event, parade and whatnot, all that. And then what we're doing is we're riding a little after 1 o'clock. We'll be riding down to Conyers to the Walk of Heroes out in Black Shoals Park, where we'll have a closing ceremony. Members of ABATE will be there to lay the wreath, and we'll have some music and a couple of speakers to close out the ceremony. Should be finish up about 3 or 4 o'clock. So, yeah. They've been doing it for a few years now. Our sister district, District 5 North, has.
So we have 5 North and 5 East.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 5 North and 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where
North,
it got confusing for me the other day.
Yeah. Sorry. Sometimes. So 5 North is based out of Athens.
Okay.
Right. So we're at Conyers. We meet at Falcon's Fury, every third Sunday of the month at 2 p.m. So y'all come out. But then they meet at Cycle World, and their district includes, Barrow County and the surrounding counties, all the way to the South Carolina border.
Okay.
So, yeah. So,
Mike, any thoughts on the whole veterans part? See, I knew this would be a good surprise to suck you in.
We do. We're still looking for volunteers. I mean, we've people to help lay the wreath or provide a flag line, folks like that. I mean, we are engaged, of course. I mean, with the American Legion Riders, they're the primary support for this ride. So they'll be there. But yeah, we'd love to have you come out. Even just you don't even have to ride.
You don't even have to ride a bike.
Yeah, I was about to say,
have to ride a bike. There's going to be a lot of folks.
All of these rides I go to where I don't ride, I just kind of wave when everybody leaves. And I'm standing there like lonely.
Well, there'll be plenty of people to keep company.
Actually, unfortunately, I already have plans this weekend. My oldest son is home from college right now, so
you can bring him.
Yeah, he's kind of a nerd, so I don't think motorcycles will interest him.
But this is about the veterans, not the nerds.
Yeah, the kids today.
Right.
Yeah, kids see, that age group, they don't really too much care about the veterans. I will go ahead and post it on the Foxhole Support Network, which is my co-host on Wednesday night is the executive operator there, and then I'll also post it with CJ Helps Vets, which is another organization that I'm a part of in their corporate structure. I did, what was it? I guess it was about a year or so ago. I was a guest speaker with Angie Frost when they redid the Walk of Heroes here in Conyers.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, so it was pretty nice. And then, of course, Scottie's family had a funeral for his grandfather, I believe, correct? And it was amazing how much the veteran riders were involved. The Patriot riders were involved, and it's
District 5 North was there.
were they okay?
Yeah, at that event, yeah.
So we got you on video too. That was really cool because it actually stopped traffic on I-20.
Mhm.
You know, people were
Yeah, that was
beeping
neat
and
when my
honking.
mom kind of was like, "Hey, look," and she points over, and you see all the big rigs sitting on the side of the interstate blowing their horns and stuff. So that was really cool.
I know it's a lot of times it's difficult for veterans to, because we're just everyday folks, you know, we're like everybody else. When folks do stuff like this, we don't know exactly how to approach it, and we want to make sure that, you know, folks are, I don't know if you're a vet, but we don't know what to say. It was kind of a joke Wednesday this week. My co-host and I we're talking about when people say, hey, you know, thank you for your service. The regular everyday soldier, we kind of go, thank you. No, you're welcome. Yeah, you know, it was an honor to serve. And it's hard. It's hard for me to
come back for that. Right?
Yeah, it's hard for me to look you in the face after 28 years in the military and go, it was an honor to serve. No, it was a real pain in the ass. To tell you the truth. I'm freaking, I wear a hearing aid. I got permanent burn on the side of my face. You know, it was great, really.
I grew up in the military. My father retired from the Air Force.
Really? Okay,
so,
cool.
Yeah, I understand the military life.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
I love the way they portray it in the movies, though. You know, it's so exciting.
I thought that permanent burn was from the syphilis that they couldn't get rid of.
No, unfortunately, like the kids say,
the Vietnam bills.
Oh God, how disgusting is that?
Time.
Oh, you number one, Joe. They still do that in Korea. Bum. Yeah, let's go ahead and start some issues with them. No, but just speaking for the veterans that I represent, thank you. We appreciate it. Any awareness, that's what the Foxhole Support Network, it's just strictly veterans, helping veterans. 22 veterans a day in this country. I get choked up. It's you know what? If this was Zika, if this was Ebola, if this was freaking chlamydia, you know, it would be on the front page of every newspaper in the world.
It's a shame,
but
the resources are available.
And they are. I'm one of the babies there. I have post-traumatic stress disorder and mild traumatic brain injury.
I gotta play this for you.
So, you know, most of us find this pretty offensive, right? You know, just letting you know that
I'm just letting you know.
Most veterans find this offensive.
But how do they find this offensive?
Because it makes it look like the guys in Vietnam are just sitting around.
They're on leave.
They're not on leave, dude.
That's the closest thing to leave they get. They got to leave the hole.
No, they're
go
outside the wire.
And
it just makes it look like
these boots are made for walking.
The song's cool.
And that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. You got girlfriend, Vietnam? Not just this minute. Yeah. Well, baby, me so horny. Me so horny.
Come on, Mike. Don't act like you don't find that offensive.
No, it is offensive. I agree. I do find it offensive. Yeah, I went over like a lead balloon.
You seem to be the only one that's bothered by it.
I'm the only veteran in the room.
Again, you seem to be the only one bothered by it. Hey, let's shoot off the commercial. I know we were over talking everything. We'll be right back. Got to put some more air in Mike's balloon. He's over here deflating.
Yeah.
You need another blue pill?
Well, do you have a Peacekeeper, a Greenpeace compressor?
Yeah. Okay. We'll be right back.
Power to the whales. Ugger. I wanted to hear from one.
Keep going.
Yeah, man. Just keep going. That's what you do.
All right. Because
talk about your new position, how you got into that, what it means. Really, the biggest thing is nobody really understands what A-Bait's for. You know what I mean? Like you popped our balloon with that.
Because it's offensive, dude. It makes
So's Catholic priest. Speaking of offensive,
guys.
what comes out of your mouth 98% of the time? And that's not a
Guys
fact.
honoring
I don't have a piece of paper that proves it.
What's this crap? Jacob says
Here
he
we
wants
go
to hear
again.
from one of the strippers when I was a bouncer. Okay, that's fine.
Because I hit him.
Oh, did I bump you by accident? I'm sorry. Here, would you set that back over
There's another biscuit in there.
there? No, there is. Here. Chick-fil-A sauce.
Huh? Oh.
Yeah, I brought an extra one, so y'all can have that.
What's up with all these people like posting pictures of movies? I just shared one to Alex again because we were cutting up about the whole goose picture. But they're sharing still pictures of actors that were in movies and making it out like it's real vets and stuff.
Oh no! What it is it's just like. Have you seen the one where they say electric current? Like when you're dealing with your battery, if you'll just it cuts it off, cuts the electricity off like it does water. Or
Oh yeah, my mother-in-law says that if you tie a knot in an extension cord, that if it's hit by lightning, that it won't run through it. She really thinks that.
Okay. That's what they're doing there. That's tropic thunder, and put sandpaper on your windshield wiper, and it'll clean it up. And people were doing it, because they're. So
It's just a big joke.
Big joke.
And people don't need to get butthurt about it.
No, people are actually posting, thank you for your service and stuff like that. Now it's gone around the internet a couple of times. But when they first
there's also people that see that it's the actors and stuff like that, and they're like, y'all are a bunch of idiots. Y'all are.
Oh God, I tell you what, there was probably close to 400 comments that I was screwing. Ants, and they were unbloused. They weren't bloused in his boots. Proper ID and wear of a uniform. I'm like, you guys are just freaking stupid. So that offended people. So I mean, you know how I am. That and added as much gasoline, napalm, jelly, sterno, everything I could to it. Shoot, that one group I had over 2,000 people quit. Group. There's 21,000 people in the group, and I got it down to 19,000.
Really, Jacob? You're the first one that's going to jump on that?
People are stupid.
And you're the one that preaches humor all the time?
Here, this one, I just said
Never
something to
stupider
Jacob.
than on the internet.
Jacob apparently doesn't think I work. One call in, which we've already had one on the show. You have to apologize to me on the radio during
Lean into the mic
show.
and mention that. You do realize one's already been on the show.
Well, that's going to take the fun out of it. But yeah, Jacob, we've already had one on the show. If you want me to have another one, that's fine. I used to date strippers, dummy. Shut up.
And now the only stripper
You shut up.
Paint stripper because it's in the car.
Yeah, but that's because chloroform is now
Offensive.
controlled.
Yeah.
Way too expensive. He's not agreeing. That's all right. Agree to it, Jacob. Little chicken shit,
So you got
handicap.
your tattoo yet of the chloroform counting symbols and
Believe it
stuff?
or not,
Huh?
no tattoos.
Have they
No
got you in?
tattoos. No tattoos. It's a weird theory there, but I actually have one that I designed and another one that I've been kind of working on. These guys were telling me because it's got white in it. What I'm finding out is white just doesn't hold in the skin.
Nope.
So Scottie's going Jacob saying he lost his virginity to a hoe bag stripper. You lost your virginity to a colostomy bag. Shut up, handicap fagmoid. How about that?
He lost it to a tackle.
Freaking 22 damn veterans committing suicide every day. I wish 22 fucking handicapped people would.
Hey,
What?
don't F-bomb like that. It's still a video.
What was that? Was that out loud?
Yeah.
Lips. You hear it?
You're drunk.
The hell you didn't.
I have no inner mind.
You knew exactly what you were doing.
And you were right there in front of the microphone.
Dumbass.
Can't take it back now. Get all up in this monster. Here we go.
Hey, I didn't do it in the microphone.
Whatever.
I didn't.
Oh,
I can. Not.
you're gonna have to apologize to me.
Who?
Not you,
Oh.
Jacob. See, he won't. He won't agree to the terms.
Because
See
he
that?
knows he'll lose.
Yeah, he knows he'll lose.
Because he's a loser.
Yeah, because you're a loser, baby.
I had a crumb go down my air pipe.
Well,
Are you okay?
That wasn't a crumb,
Do you
buddy.
need the Heine lick maneuver?
Yeah.
Not from you.
Uh,
You ain't getting it from me.
I'm still paying for the last time.
you used to pay good money to feel
No.
good and do it right.
What do you
Yeah,
know
yeah.
the song?
Jacob.
No, we're back.
Yeah,
we're
we're
back
live. He
live.
just started-
Okay.
Oh, are we live?
What?
Hopefully you're dying. I hate Greenpeace. So, how's the ducks?
We can't figure out if it's a male or a female, so we kind of
Hold it
Have
upside
it-
down and shake it.
no. So we're kind of thinking that the ducks are the transgenders of nature.
I never thought about that. That and seahorses.
Yes, because you
Wow.
can't tell
How-
what sex they are until they.
Till something comes out.
Well, yeah, or well, no, like we know it's
Eggs or you know.
we know-
are. Oh, does the duck have a period?
well, we know it's a mallard. So, but if it's a male, he's gonna get the real pretty feathers. You know, the real nice.
You know, in
pretty,
nature,
colorful.
the male
Colorful.
species always has the more brilliant colors.
Not on a goose.
In nature, listen to me.
Not on a Canadian goose. They look exactly
In
the same. Just the daddy
nature.
goose is bigger.
The male species always has the more brilliant colors.
Yeah,
Look
that's
it
so that mama. That's so that mama can
Exactly.
be on the nest and be camouflaged. But a goose,
Yep. It's-
mama goose and a daddy goose looks the same.
Oh,
Just one's bigger.
he must have
Yes.
hacked it up. We're gonna have to try
And
to
the
poison
daddy
him with something
goose,
else.
the daddy goose goes, and the mama goose goes,
And the
He's an
Stephanie, the idiot, just
I
makes
agree.
noise. Let me ask you a stupid question because I don't
Go
know.
Can I go home?
I don't know what I missed.
It wasn't much.
I was
I
eating a
guess-
biscuit and some of the crumb went down the wrong windpipe.
Yeah, that's it.
I got this question that at
Yeah.
10:38 last night I saw this on the news feed that we have, but I just didn't want to chime in because I thought really it was just too stupid and ridiculous. But why in the hell do you have a duck in a bathtub?
it's an orphan duck.
Same
I had
reason
to
that
save
tea
it.
bag's in the hot water.
You are the biggest idiot that I think I've ever met.
I couldn't let it go in the lake. The bass will eat it.
No, well,
The bass will eat it.
Yep.
Yes, the
You're
big
an
fish will
idiot.
eat it.
It's a duck.
It's a baby.
It's Mother Nature.
So if
Where
I
is
just
it now?
save it
Where is it now?
in the tub,
wow. So you're holding this duck against its will?
no, we let it out. We put it out in the pen when it's daylight.
Man, I tell you what. You know, I'm looking at an advertisement right here. You can have it cleaned. It says ducks cleaned for $99.
I just can't understand because you already got all the cats and dogs, birds,
That's
and now a duck in the bathtub.
The duck is
Are you,
temporary.
did you drive here?
I did.
Did you? So you wasted gas money.
Yeah.
Poor dude,
Scotty,
man.
I even brought biscuits.
Yeah. Oh, hell
So
yeah,
not
you're-
only did he waste money, he actually
Yeah.
paid to come here.
did
I never
Scotty,
did that a lot,
Yeah, and he
so-
brought
Yeah,
brought
you're-
breakfast.
you're actually in the red coming here.
Yes.
Yeah,
I just
wow.
I just thought I would ask this about this duck because me and my wife are going. Bless her heart.
So at 10
Because
o'clock
it's
at
like
night,
why?
you're looking at your wife and saying, "Bless her heart."
No, we saw that video of Stephanie with a duck in the bathtub, and we're just like, why? Just why?
Being in the tub with the duck too, and it just being a baby duck, there might be some laws being broken.
I just shake my head at you
What?
sometimes.
Has the duck pooped in the water yet?
What made you decide that you needed to save this duck? Because Mother Nature.
Because it was brought to me and dropped off.
Okay, who was dumb enough to bring it to you?
I don't want to
Donald
say
left
because
the
they
duck
might
at
be
your doorstep?
listening,
Yeah,
but
Donald. It's one of Donald's kids.
it was not by choice.
It's a duck.
So did it stay
It's
at your
not
door?
like I paid for it.
You do know that these things have existed for many, many years, and
but
they
it was
can
that
survive.
baby. And then I talked to my
Aw.
cousin that raises ducks,
Oh,
and he
well, there
said
you go.
he said not to put it in the lake yet, that it wasn't old enough to survive on its own.
Has he seen
Trust
the
me,
duck?
yes, he's seen the duck, and trust me, we are going to be taking the duck to him.
Does he not have any bass?
Oh yeah, he's got bass, but
you know,
he's
it's all
got, like,
about the bass. I'm just freaking killing myself.
So, Brian, please save us from
Oh,
this weird
yeah.
Legislative agenda.
Noah
Yeah.
Zark.
I'm about to break some air here.
So what's ABATE
Do
doing this year for our legislative agenda? Well, it's not 100% finalized, but what we're looking at, one of them is the issues is lane filtering. I don't know if you guys know what that is. But
No.
Lane filtering.
lane, which is distinct from lane splitting. Now, lane splitting is where you ride your bike through traffic, like in between the two lanes. You know.
So
in
what you
between two
see when you
cars.
see the people in California get away with
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
or people in crotch rockets.
Right.
Yeah, but
right.
it's not legal. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, I know it's not
Yeah,
legal.
It's not
I'm
legal
just,
in Georgia. Nor
yeah.
does nor does ABATE. We're not doing anything with lane splitting.
You know what
But
worries
what
me
we
about
are-
that is
what?
if one dude decides to be an a-hole and opens the door, you're
And
screwed.
And there's plenty of those. As a matter of fact, I was just reading a story last night where this guy was attempting to lane split illegally in Georgia.
Mhm.
But this woman was so pissed off at him that she kept trying to run him off the road.
Yeah. Can you
know?
just imagine
just because she was so upset
Yeah.
because he wasn't doing what she wanted him to do.
yeah, look
And
at the fact
Put-
all it takes
threaten
is
his life.
is say 138. We
Mhm.
already know that the people on 138 drive obnoxious.
Oh,
we
God,
already
it's
already
Mhm.
know to stay off
I
motor,
hate that,
stay
right.
off of it as much as possible.
Mhm.
What if your lane, what is it called? Lane splitting?
lane splitting?
Well, lane splitting is where you're at speed driving through the lanes of the car, between the cars.
So driving on the line itself.
Right.
Okay, so imagine lane splitting and some angry road rage idiot decides they're going to pull their car left to stop you. Well, your front wheel nails their wheel.
Mhm.
That's a dead stop of your bike until you go
Mhm.
over it. You physically goes over it. And that's the problem. I just visualize it. I just see it happening.
Yeah.
And that's what worries me.
Well, so lane splitting is not what we're talking about. That's
Yes,
not what,
that's great.
That is not what ABATE Georgia is looking to accomplish. However, there is something called lane filtering, which is similar. What we're talking about there is giving us the ability to ride between cars when traffic is stopped at a stoplight or at very slow motion, like say less than 10 miles an hour or something like that. Because what studies have shown is that lane filtering, which is essentially it allows us to go to the head of the line, right? So we get a better, clearer view of the intersection. The intersection is one of the most dangerous, or the most dangerous place for a motorcyclist.
Oh, yeah.
So anytime we can increase our visibility, anytime we can increase, our other people seeing us and us getting a more accurate view of what's going on in the intersection, the better. So lane filtering allows us to go to the head of the line to be able to get a better position a safer position in the intersection. It also helps reduce traffic, right? Because if you think about all the space between cars, that gets reduced when a motorcycle is able to go to the front. So there's less traffic congestion. And it also, and this is probably the biggest one, it also reduces the number of motorcycle deaths, accidents. Rear-ending being rear-ended is a very common type of accident for motorcyclists, especially while you're sitting in traffic. It is one of the most deadly types of accidents, right? Because you're getting sandwiched between two cars.
Yes.
Yeah.
So allowing us to not sit in traffic and move to the head of the line allows relieves that day, or at least significantly lessens that risk of getting rear-ended. So that's what we're trying to propose. It's been legalized in Australia, where they've had good success with that, and we're trying to get it done here in Georgia as well.
Well, see, that'd be something to think about, you know.
And it's only if it's safe, right? It's
Right.
only if it's it's only legally allowable if it's stopped or at slow speeds, and then if it's clearly safe,
Right.
Yeah.
And so that it's not legal anywhere here in the States, just over in Australia.
Yeah, right.
My most aggravating thing, and I'm sure you hear this all the time, is when we sit at red lights and the little magnet crap under the road doesn't recognize us, and we just sit.
So which brings us to the second item, the second agenda item. So maybe to Georgia in the last legislative session. Sorry.
Session.
It's okay. We're used to her never pronouncing anything right.
There's too many S's and L's in there.
Session.
Managed to actually get the what we call the dead red law passed. However, the governor vetoed it. He had said that he didn't think that it was gave us enough safety benefits, so he vetoed it. We are renewing that fight again this year to continue to push for dead red. And what we mean by dead red, for those of you who may not know, is that the traffic light sensors at the intersections, they are, most people think it's either done, those are triggered by weight or something like that, but it's not. It's actually senses electrical fields.
Mm-hmm.
So when large chunks of metal pass over it, it triggers the light. Motorcycles aren't big enough.
There's not we
light.
don't have enough.
So what we end up doing is sitting there and sitting there and sitting there. And the longer we sit there, again, we're at an intersection, we're exposing ourselves to risk.
No,
right?
Well, not counting heat, not counting it.
Right.
There's so many things.
Right, exactly. So, so what we're attempting to do is allow motorcyclists to, after a certain amount of time, and then when it's safe to do so, allowing them to proceed on through the intersection, treat it as a four-way stop.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. It's for us, if we're already motorcycle riders, we've already got our license, we're already insured, we already know how to pull through a four-way intersection.
Right.
So if it comes down to we don't want to get hit. So you would think, this is just an assumption, you would think they would be smart enough to understand that we're not just going to pull out in front of a Mack truck. We don't want to die.
Right, exactly.
So hopefully they'll come to grips with that.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be an uphill battle.
I wish we could just have something to mount on the bike.
Yeah. Well, they do have little, they say they do sell supposedly these little magnets that some people say they work, but the studies and things, they don't work. They're not consistent. So they do have these little magnets that you can put on that people say will trigger them.
Right.
But the problem is that all of these different, they're all set at different sensitivities. I'm having problems with my S's this morning. All different sensitivities.
It's Friday.
I always have trouble with my X's.
Yeah. So different intersections are set at different sensitivities. The amount of metal in the road varies and things like that. So magnets are inconsistent, even if they did work, and they're inconsistent.
Right.
So all we're asking to do is just to allow us, after a reasonable amount of time, to be able to just proceed through the intersection, so we're not sitting there putting ourselves at risk.
And I'm for you, because I mean, dude, I know from many years of living over in the Snellville area, I would be sitting at Lenora Church. There's a four-way intersection.
Yeah. Yep.
And all I was trying to do was cross the street of Lenora Church, and I would sit and sit and sit. And to me, at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, I'm just sitting in the dark on my motorcycle, just sitting there waiting on the light change.
Yeah.
I don't see any cars coming. And every time I thought I'm just going to pull through the red light, all of a sudden, when that county rides by, and I'm like, Jesus, man, this would have been the moment too. Yep. And they would cite you for running a red light. And it's like, how long do I reasonably sit there? So then what I ended up doing is just start taking rights on Lenora and bust a Yui. because busting a Yui, that ticket's got to be less than running the stop sign.
Right.
I mean, it's just stupid, but it is what it is.
Again, it
puts me in risk.
So is it not triggered because of the weight of the bike? I mean,
it's based on metal.
It's like an electrical field. It's like a magnetic field kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. And it senses. So when that field is disturbed by large chunks of metal, that triggers the light.
See, we installed them. We used to install those things back in the 90s for a lot of the big construction companies I worked for an electrical company, and what we would do for them is go install this for them. We literally kept a metal toolbox that we kept all the big pipe wrenches in, and that's what we would use to trigger it, because you'd go set it on what you would call the little square pad at that point that would normally register if it was a Honda Accord or a Lexus or something like that. But the problem too is we could stick it in the middle, and 1 out of 10 times it might work. I'd have to stick it towards the edge. 1 out of 10. All it is you know how an invisible fence works?
Yeah.
You know the principles, with the invisible fence. So when the dog's collar gets close enough, well, you picture the invisible fence as a square or a circle in your yard, and your dog's maintained in the middle because of this field.
Yeah.
It's a very similar situation. It's sensing metal in the middle of the field. The problem is I could take this and literally I'd stand there and I'd lift the toolbox up, and we would try to see if the fence would open and close, and I'd set it back down. 1 out of 10 times, me standing in the same spot, setting it in the same spot, it might work. Or I'd have to take 2 steps left, 2 steps right, 1 step forward, 1 step back. It's never going to be perfect.
Okay,
So then even with the magnets he's talking about, I may sit at one red light for 15 minutes and roll 6 inches forward, and all of a sudden it might work or it might not work. It's
because that was the other part of my question. So it doesn't really matter how you pull up on it or how you maneuver
your
bike.
van and your SUV 10 times different than a motorcycle.
Oh yeah, I know,
motorcycles.
It's a cage, as he was saying. So I understand.
And on a motorcycle, it's only between the 2 tires. About midway is where the motor is, or more towards the front. But truthfully, we're 8 to 10 inches off the ground sometimes. It's never going to pick us up. The only way you get lucky, and this happens to me every time, I'm sitting there by myself, I'm going, out of all the times, please let somebody pull up behind me. And then I'll pull up on the line to make sure 2 cars pull up on the pad.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're putting yourself out there even further into the intersection.
Pulling forward, right.
And having to turn around on your bike and wave people forward and all that stuff. So that's one of the things we're working on. It is going to be an uphill battle. We'll tell you that. The governor, of course, is not that friendly towards this language. And quite frankly, the insurance lobby in the state is pretty strong, and they have risen against us in this bill as well. So,
such a headache.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, how's everybody still fighting on the whole helmet, helmet, DOT?
To the helmet, yeah.
Man, that is
an incredibly controversial issue.
My brother rides, and he's a cop, and the argument we've always had. But when everybody says, well, it says that you got to wear a DOT helmet, but the DOT book doesn't define what a helmet is. And my brother would sit there and
DOT approved helmet.
Right. And my brother's like, I'm looking at the book. I tell you, I argue that with you. He says, but if my head's going to hit the ground, I think I'd rather be in a DOT helmet.
Yeah.
So I guess it comes down to if you're the guy that wants to wear with a bandana and flip-flops, or do you want to be the guy to wear a full face? I think it's all personal choice.
No, it is. My personal opinion is that it should be choice, right?
Right.
The same thing with the seatbelt, stuff like that. I mean, the government, I think, often encroaches into our lives too much, but that's my personal opinion. As far as A-Beta Georgia goes, it is not going to be an active part of our legislative agenda because it is such a controversial issue, because it is such a significant, it's a challenge that's going to take a long time. We're not making it part of our formal agenda, but we will be supporting efforts to pass a helmet law.
Right.
So, if a senator wants to pick up the fight, or if another group wants to pick up the fight, we'll support their efforts. But A-Beta Georgia will be not taking any formal part of our legislative agenda to get that law passed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I remember in Florida, probably 2008, I was down there, and one of the police officers had pulled up to us. Of course, you're not wearing helmets. And he just kind of leaned over. He saw Georgia plates. He's like, has anybody talked to y'all about not wearing helmets? And of course, we're like, no. He said, I'm not busting your chops, but I'm just telling you. And we were right there where lollipops and all that at the mall, you know, so we were in that little area, and they seem to be, you know, pretty nice guys over there. He's just like, the way they've rewritten, and this is 08, so I don't know what's changed since, but he was explaining that unless you had a certain amount of money written into this policy,
you have to have insurance.
Yeah, he's like, you can't ride around without a helmet. And I went, how, you know, we're sitting at a red light. I'm like, how am I supposed to know this? He says, just when you get to wherever, call your insurance agent and find out. He said, because if they pull you over and want to bust your chops to ask you about this, he said, we could actually cite you for not wearing a helmet. But everybody down there is riding without a helmet. So it's like apples and oranges. What do you do? You know, what do you do? It's such a fine line.
I mean, it really is a very controversial issue. So that's kind of one of the reasons that we're just, I mean, you know, you talk to people every day. Some people say, don't be dumb, wear your helmet. Some people say, you know, oh, this is personal freedom. I should not have to be. I mean, it's a constant battle, even within the motorcycle and biker communities.
But the bad thing is, if you ever talk to somebody that's actually been in a wreck, they're going to tell you, dude, don't just wear a novelty helmet.
Stories of helmets save my life stories. Absolutely.
Hey, I was standing in Horizon yesterday. Now on Facebook, we'd been reading. You know, when you're seeing stuff on Facebook, you skim through stuff. You never know where everything's 100%. So yesterday, I bumped into a guy. He brought up something about a wreck that had just happened between friends of ours. I said, look, man, I knew the guy had wrecked, but what actually happened? He said, I'm trying not to disclose too much because I don't want to sound like a bad guy. So we're sitting there having this conversation. He says that they're sitting at a red light. Let's say guy A's in the front, guy B's in the back, and there's like a group of 12 to 16 bikes. He says guy B just wasn't paying attention and just nails guy A from the rear end. Yeah. And it's like, thank God people had on the right helmets and stuff of that nature. It's the sucky part is this. Yes, we have to worry about getting hurt riding 55 miles an hour on an expressway, but a lot of times it's 35 and under. It's stupid things that shouldn't happen is what happens. If you're sitting at a red light and a lady just happens to, like, I know for a fact back in the 90s, I took my Ninja. I had a blacked out Ninja. Everything on it was black. Me and my brother said, I am sick of people trying to run over us. So we painted the front of it fluorescent neon green. The day we painted it, my brother was like, I'm going to run to McDonald's. I said, cool, man. We lived off of Harrison Road. He's coming down the hill at Harrison to Memorial Drive, 2 lanes going straight. He's looking to the left. There's a woman in the passenger seat looking at him and a woman in the driver's seat looking at him. They know he's sitting there. As soon as they cross over Memorial Drive, where the Mrs. Winters was, the right lane turns into a turning right lane to pull you into the McDonald's. So as they're going over the Memorial Drive, my brother's looking right at this Mercedes as it starts coming into his lane. And it's like, you know, I'm here. You just seen me. But it was that simple. If he didn't have that lane to go into in front of the Mrs. Winters to get into the McDonald's, she would have just sideswiped him.
This actually brings up a point too. One, you should never assume that somebody sees you. I mean, they will look right at you.
Yes.
They will, you'll be right in front of them and they won't see you.
Yep.
It's, because of the way, motorcycles, slim profile, and they're
blind
just not paying attention.
Colors, all sorts of things.
You cannot assume that somebody sees you. You have to assume that they don't see you.
Yeah.
And it's important to pay attention to their tires. That is the greatest indication of whether somebody's going to move or pulling out in front of you or coming towards you, things like that. So if, assume that people don't see you and pay attention to their tires and see which direction and things that they're moving.
Right. Right. And I try to be that guy. And I've now really learned to stay away from people, not get so close, because that was my problem.
What's going to save your life. And that's what kills me. I mean, we talk about, the cagers and how bad they are. we've got to start taking responsibility for our own safety.
Right.
And I see so many guys out there riding so close,
Yep.
you know, tailgating other
That's right.
cars, you know, zipping in and out of traffic. I mean,
Mhm.
you need a significant space cushion between you and the other obstacles. You
Yeah.
know, the
Yeah, because when I
cage that's in
wrecked,
your car,
I
'cause
still
you've got to be able to give yourself enough time to get out of the way.
That's right.
You
Yeah.
need to have as many escape zones as possible, and you can only do that while you're riding if you have that space cushion. Yeah.
Yeah, because I now have replayed that thing on the access road 100 times in my mind,
Right.
and I'm thinking he slammed on the brakes, and if I would have just had one more car distant,
Mhm.
I probably could have been
Right.
okay.
Right.
That one more, that 16 foot, that one more distance of 16 foot probably could have saved what happened. So now when I catch myself getting too close, I have to remind myself to just back off, because
Yeah.
I'm really not in that big of a hurry. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, truthfully, let's see, the extra couple seconds of chilling out and backing up a little bit versus, you know, waiting on that ambulance. It just kind of sucks when you think about it.
It's better to be wrong and alive than dead than right.
That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm constantly moving all around the road and on the highways, adjusting my position.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm always scanning that left to right, dude.
moving forward, slowing down. You know, left, right, however I can to get away from people.
That's right.
Because I'm just assuming they're trying to kill me.
That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
And that's my wife's thing. She's like, when I try to get away from people that's in front of me, she's like, oh my God, I don't know that having them behind me is any safer. I'm like, yeah,
Right.
but at least, but if they're behind me,
You
I
love the rear
can
end
get
of
the
it.
hell
Yeah.
away from them, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
So what else you got going on?
Let's see. Increased penalty for distracted drivers.
Okay.
Is something else we're working on. I think that's something most people can get around. You know, like we mentioned earlier, it's out of control. You know, so working on increasing penalties for that. This is also something you might like, is removing the language concerning headsets, right? So technically wearing headsets is illegal.
Oh, is it now? And I just
Yeah.
got a nice set.
So but you know very well the value of and how important it is to have headsets on, be able to communicate.
Yeah, well,
with
my
other
wife's my
riders.
co-pilot, dude.
Yeah.
There's times
Yeah.
that I've had to teach her, and she's having a hard time learning. I feel like she has redneck Steph moments. I tell her, if it's left, you yell 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Don't just say left, because left to me doesn't tell me. Just for fun. Just for fun. Just for fun.
Hello.
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 Hey, this is Scottie.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Scottie? This is Jamie Morris.
Oh, hey, what's going on, man?
Oh, nothing, man. Just going to say hey to you guys.
Yeah, Jamie and his, give us just a second, Brian. Jamie and his guys are in a really cool local band, and I was trying to get him last night. We were talking about him calling in, and also try to get some of his music. They're actually going to do some recording and get it played on the Rough Edge, because I was explaining to him that the Guru plays so much different music. But the cool thing is, the Guru has been doing some networking, so that all these bands from across the United States are all listening to his show, not just to hear their music, but to hear other talent music, other people. So it's kind of a really good network of people.
I tell you what, the Guru is quite the networker.
Yeah, he
No
is.
doubt
Man.
about that.
He has I call it the magic fingers, man. He just reaches out to people and touches them, and he can. Man, we've had best-selling novelists call the show. We've had people from The Last Comic Standing call the show. He just has a way. So there.
Sure, yeah. Oh. He's definitely reached out to me. He actually reached out to me this morning to remind me to call.
Oh, well, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Well, tell us what you got going on.
Well, let's see, Scottie. First up, this Sunday is the old Porterdale Bar and Grill. We have they're having Sunday Fun Day, and it's from 2 to 6. Us and Red Dirt Mountain will be playing. Garage 71's doing a live broadcast. I don't know who the hell they are, but hey,
They're a biker.com radio station. They started, it's actually funny, they actually went live about 6 hours after I did. Not that I'm tooting my own horn, but it was kind of a race to see who was going to go live first. They do their thing just like I do mine. I got much love for them because, you know, anybody that's willing, just like me and them, anybody that's willing to put in the man hours to do this deserve all the credit they can get.
I mean, they're doing what they're doing for us.
Yeah, man. They do a lot of rock music.
For them, so.
Yeah, man. Well, just hook up with them. Yeah. They do a lot of rock stuff and a lot of bike stuff.
Yeah, actually they do. Yeah. June 18th, we are in the Rise for Slaughter Battle of the Bands. That's to see it's like us and 16 other bands.
And where's that at?
That's at the Masquerade. It's
okay.
in hell at the Masquerade.
Yeah, man, that'd be cool right there.
But the winner of that goes on to play an event called Slaughter Q, which is another battle of the bands. It's like a battle of the bands at a barbecue, something or other. And the winner of that gets a spot on the Slaughter Fest, which I believe this year is headlined by Avenged Sevenfold.
Okay.
And the winner of that gets a slot on that tour for the rest of the summer.
Right. Well, make sure you plug the type of music. You know, everybody likes to define music nowadays, but the problem is there's so much music out there. It's a little hard to define it. But tell people, kind of like describing a taste. Kind of explain to people what your band sounds like. What you could even come close to comparing it to. I know everybody's got individuality, but you got to give them a little bit of a taste to know what to go look for, and then tell them how to find your band.
Well, absolutely. We've tried to sit around and discuss, what the hell kind of a band are we? A little bit too heavy to be considered rock, but we're maybe not quite heavy enough to be considered quite metal yet. Right. We're kind of our own little thing, kind of in between. Our own little niche.
Which means it might be right up everybody's alley because, that's kind of where it is. Everybody listens to so much different music nowadays. Being that kind of in between is perfect.
I like to think that we're, just a straight up good old rock and roll band. Lyrically, we're not very dark. It's just good old party music.
That's right.
Come on, get drunk.
That's
have
right.
some fun. Don't take yourself too damn seriously kind of music.
Oh yeah, that's everybody needs to lay off a little bit on the serious. Well, tell everybody the name of your band, how to find you on Facebook and Instagram and all that kind of stuff.
Well, our name is My Dying Will. You can find us on Facebook by typing in My Dying Will. We're on Reverb Nation, also under My Dying Will, and we ain't got no Instagram yet. So.
Man, and that's strange as this sounds. They say Instagram right now is the #1 social media out there. So definitely start getting some pictures.
Yeah, we're just now getting to the point to where we're actually starting to build up our social media. That part of it.
Right.
We've been more concentrating on writing music and just really trying to define our sound and really just trying to be the best we can at it.
Oh God, I understand. And it's all about promotion.
Absolutely.
All right, brother. Well, we need to wrap it up.
Now one more thing,
if I could,
before I go. Myself and Rich Archer from Total Management Entertainment are trying to organize a benefit concert for a friend of mine that passed this week.
Oh, that's not good.
Left behind 2 young children, a wife and all that. Todd Scott has been pretty cool about saying, yeah, you guys can use the social house as the venue. So now it's just a matter of, finding other good bands to play with us.
Right.
Like to have a diverse group. So I think me and Rich are going to work together on that.
Yeah, he just texted right as you were saying it. He just sent me a text message.
Oh, well, there you go then. See, great minds think alike. So, but, we're going to try and, but we're going to try and get that done as soon as possible.
All right, brother.
But,
Well, I'll know more because
between-
anything you and Rich talk about, he talks about to me. He's my manager too.
He'll tell you, exactly. He'll tell you all about it, All
right, man.
Well, what little info he has. But
Yeah, because y'all still got to put it together too.
Absolutely. I
All right,
appreciate the time. And
yes, sir.
I hope to see you all come out Sunday for the Sunday Fun Day at the PBG. We will have tickets for the Battle of the Bands. If it were up to me, I'd give them away, but that's 50% of your overall score.
That's exactly right.
So, all right. You guys have a good day, all right?
All right, well, thanks for calling.
Shut up, Mike. Shut up, Mike.
He's got your number, Mike.
Have a good one, brother.
All right, thanks for calling.
Have a good one.
All right. Hey, let's shoot off to a commercial real quick. We'll come back and get back with Brian. I apologize for that. I forgot I had told Jamie to call in at that 9 o'clock mark. So I just wasn't even looking at the clock, man. The morning's just flying along. Give us a few minutes and we'll be right back. Yep, Stephanie's like, I gotta pee.
My eyeballs was.
Don't say that. It's warm. The rain is coming. Here comes the rain again.
I know that sucks too, because Philip's like, hey, I'm gonna come over and we're gonna put my Farron on my bike. I'm like, okay. Now they're like 11, 12 o'clock. The rain's supposed to be here. My eye doctor's appointment was for today. I have no way to get there unless I drive the bus.
Can you see if you can do it later?
I don't know that I want to drive the bus because if they die, remember what happened last time I went to the doctor? I drove home when I
Is this the same one that you went to last time?
What's the thought of you being on
So it's
steroids?
not the same one that you got from Denise?
I think it's are you on your bike?
I thought that was a specialist that you went and seen.
No, that was for gay and Titus Fagin.
I don't know. That
Right.
food was so good yesterday, but
Yeah, finally some freaking music.
made me sick last night. I thought that was a specialist you went and
It's
seen.
another specialist, Stephanie, but it's not the same
I know you said it wasn't the same one.
Okay,
So,
then why
so
would you
they
ask
still
me the same question?
because I need to get to the doctor because the eye
I'll
doctor.
let you know when I find out.
Do they do the photophobia thing?
That's why it's called a specialist, right? Why would I be going to a
And then
specialist?
I gotta get Ashley.
Stephanie,
I gotta
Stephanie,
get
why
Ashley
would I be
in
going to a specialist?
to the eyeglass to the doctor because that little
See what I deal with here?
booger has done broke every single pair of glasses but one,
Who?
and they're scratched to hell
Did
and
you say
back.
Booger?
Yes.
You have a family member named Booger?
Well, she is redneck staff.
I'm going home. So I can
To
go
see
to
Booger?
bed.
Or to get the duck out of the tub?
That is a very good question, Mike. Smile.
I am.
No, give me a smile.
I am.
I'm fixing to Instagram this fool. Oh, you're an idiot. Quit F-bombing it. Such an idiot. Yeah, I'm so not posting that picture.
Oh, post it.
No.
There's a young man in a t-shirt.
Yeah, that
When we get back, I got to push the comedy show tonight.
Man, I tell you what, I want to go to it so bad.
Either one on 138.
Yes.
Oh no, I stopped eating there years ago. Ugh.
It made me sick.
Yep.
I have to watch
I don't know what
when I go and eat at different
Huh?
Chinese restaurants.
Mm.
Show me a bit.
Silver Dragon was the worst
I'm like, I
about
don't know
it
what you're talking
because
about.
for some
Get
reason
outta here.
something that
I haven't
they
been there
use
this month.
to
I got to
cook
meet
it
Todd at
or
12.
cook with.
Mm.
I got to call and cancel my.
Why? You know what? That dude, he
It
won't.
makes me feel weird.
Mm.
It
Hasn't
makes
been
me
to
like,
return my call.
Maybe
Like,
an
I
MSG or something.
I
What's
think
up?
so. I think I'm allergic to it
Could be.
because it'll make me feel real sick to my stomach.
Hey,
Hang on.
And
don't be
it'll
doing
make
that
me
on the
feel-
radio.
God dang, I got to hear. Shh.
And it'll make me feel like dizzy.
I love this.
It's not hard.
He is fucking high strung.
Yes, he fucking is.
Fucking telling you
You
it's
wear the shamags every day.
Yeah, he fucking does.
I can't believe you freaking.
And he tells me to come anyways. I woke up at 2 a.m.
Like, what were
and
you
didn't
trying
go
to
back
tell me?
sleep until
I have no
4
idea who that is.
'cause I was sick as hell. in
Find
my
another
stomach.
picture. But no, I don't know.
And he
Haven't
knew
seen
you were coming and had somebody calling in. So
Mhm.
it's not like he needed me.
There's people.
What are you crying about?
That's recent. That was.
But I don't know.
Are you serious?
I just said I don't know.
She's probably some nice girl, and you're like,
Why are you
I
like?
don't think we should introduce military Mike.
I would
The
never.
prayers.
I've already told you need to lower
Shut
your
up,
expectations.
Jacob.
You need to lower your expectation.
What do you mean
You
lower
are
my
not dating
expectation?
supermodels.
She's not a supermodel. She's very attractive.
She's
girl at
hot.
the Store.
Lower your standards
To what?
to non-hot.
I think he's hitting.
It's your age. You need to start maybe thinking about your age bracket.
I'm 51 years old.
So start dating your age bracket.
47.
Start dating your age bracket and stop looking at 23-year-olds.
How old are you?
45 years old. They don't see me messing around with no 22-year-old.
Because they don't like you. You're hot-headed. That anger, man.
They're old enough to be his daddy.
They're old enough to be his daddy.
You're old enough to be their daddy.
Only in Alabama does that apply, Stephanie.
Yeah, relative humidity. There's winners
Shh. Golly, we go back live and look what he does.
and there's losers.
Speaking of losers, Military Mike in the morning. Shut up. So, tonight at the Social House, Friday night comedy featuring a Jew and a black guy.
Oh,
And the
racist.
Polak.
Yeah, they're funny.
And the Asian.
Racist.
I was waiting for Mike to start it
And the
back.
transgender.
It doesn't say transgender.
I know, but I was
Stephanie's
just throwing it in there.
transgender.
Really? You feel that you had to throw transgender in there?
I said Polak and Asian,
Hey,
and
hey,
I
hey,
got nothing
hey.
out of either one of you. So
Leave
hell,
the Polacks
I threw
out
the
of this.
transgender in there, and it got everything
I'm
out
about
of you.
Sick and tired of Polak jokes. Now for
Why are
real.
you a Polak?
Yes, I'm.
Go
Polish.
change the light bulb then.
You know how many Polacks it takes to change a light bulb?
1.
1,000. One to hold the light bulb and
Oh,
999 to spin the house around.
So we got a we got a security light put up yesterday
Oh, very good.
On
You're
the-
moving, right?
on the.
That does
on the
make sense,
telephone-
doesn't it?
They finally showed up. I can't help it on the telephone pole.
So you're
Anyways,
getting a light put up on the house you're moving from.
no.
On the
It's
new
on
house.
the telephone pole
And where's the telephone pole?
in between the two houses.
Man,
So,
sometimes
anyways,
I just want to jab myself in the head with something.
so
sharp.
anyways, Travis is asking
Who's paying for it?
we are on our electric bill. It's $8 a month,
Keep going.
but it's pointed towards the new house. Anyways,
Okay, so when you ordered it,
I'm lost.
yeah, when you ordered it when you were living in the other house,
radio.
it was
you were gonna
supposed
get,
to be
hey, I need a
pointed that
security
way.
light pointed at some other house.
No, it was supposed to be pointed
Okay.
to that house.
Will that be okay? Can I get $8 from you? I want a security light put up at my neighbor's
Shut
place.
up! You're making it worse than.
How about
Anyways.
when she sends us a text and says,
Yeah,
now
I got
listen,
a house.
wait. I have a house across the street from me. that she's been wanting to rent for a year.
They don't. They
Shut it,
still
please.
not ready.
Can I finish talking?
No.
So she sends me a message. Scottie, we're moving. I went, where? She goes, next door. So I said, so you're moving across the street from me? She goes, no, next door. And I went, next door to where? She says, my house. I went, so you're just moving to the left? Yes.
Moving to the left.
But the reason that you were moving was because the crime in your neighborhood.
And I have a jerk for a
And now you're just going to
slumlord.
move to the left because apparently being one house further from the stop sign is safer.
Yes.
She brought the crime to the neighborhood.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
brought
I
the
brought
crime
the
to the
crime to
neighborhood.
It doesn't really
But
matter where she
anyways,
moves.
So I got to tell you the funny.
I think all of
Oh,
this
shit.
is funny.
I think we're
Look
okay
at
with that.
Brian's face.
I'm funnied out.
I'm not exactly
It's a
sure how to
longer
respond. I don't,
It's-
I'm wearing
It's
an
a
adult
long
funny
story.
diaper.
Wait, let's
right
get this right. Let's just start from the beginning.
It's a long story.
Oh, please. Let's just start from the beginning.
now. I had $1 every time.
So
somebody said
I'm
that.
moving where? Next door. Where? To the house to the left. Okay. I now have a security light up.
Yeah.
And I'm moving. And I have a duck in the tub.
Yeah.
That about sums it up for you.
Because I live on a lake.
Okay.
Anyways,
You
And-
don't. Do you know the only benefit behind you moving that my wife said?
Yeah.
Now she can say the lake's actually in her backyard.
it was before. But
No,
anyways.
it's not. You're an idiot. It's to the
If
left.
you walked down that yard is bigger than you think it is.
Where does your fence stop?
That-
Before you get to the lake,
Brian,
as
just so you
in,
know, when she
As
says
in
that,
so
yeah.
then
every-
it means
no,
it
no, no,
ain't
no, no,
your
no, no.
backyard, Stephanie. Your backyard is where the fence stops.
whenever
the
you have to
gate
cross
you
over a
open
fence,
and go through it.
it's not your backyard anymore.
It is our backyard because y'all aren't listening.
And if I look at your
There's a
backyard,
gate.
the gate's to the right. So if you walk out of the
everything you
gate
can
to the
see is
right,
backyard.
it's not. Yeah.
the backyard goes further right there than he's listening to because
Basically-
he thinks where it comes to the corner is where the fence stops, but it actually goes about another 15 feet.
Into the lake.
So, anyways, so Travis is asking the guy how many looms the
lumens.
Yes. Get to your point. I
The
don't
looms,
listen
the
to him.
light,
Keep going. Yes.
how many looms the light
Yes,
is that he's putting
yes,
up.
Yes, because I'm the one that told him how to do that. I get it. Keep going.
The guy from Snapping Shoals, that's the electric
Supposed to be.
Tristan,
Yes.
or whatever he
Keep
is,
going.
says, "Oh, it's 100 watts." Travis says, "So how many looms?"
So
is
you're
that?"
paying $800. Excuse me, $800.
No, I ain't paying no
Now you got me
$800.
screwed up. You're paying $8 a month for 100-watt.
That's
Stop for 1 second. Stop for 1 second.
I think that's what he said. It was 100 watts.
Because you can go buy a security light like mine that
It's a
will.
street light.
You can go buy a security light like mine that's LED that uses
is a-
hardly. Stop. That uses hardly any electricity. That's going to light up a lot more than what that street
Oh, no.
light apparently
It-
is. That or you're giving me the wrong information.
I'm probably giving you the wrong information.
Which
'cause I'm
Probably.
seems
half asleep.
doubtful.
So Travis, call in and tell him what he said.
No,
since
please.
you're listening.
Yeah, how much light's on the duck in the tub?
Yep.
He
And
has
if
a
it's a boy or a
nightlight.
girl.
I don't know if it's a boy or a girl.
Stephanie, what did you just say?
He's got a nightlight in there. Travis wants to put a radio in there.
Wouldn't it be a duck light?
No, it's a Frozen.
So
Let it
just out of
go,
curiosity, where
let
you
it
guys
go.
Do we see where this is going?
Do y'all bathe with the duck?
I
Hell
make a joke
no.
about light in the and bring up the duck just to be confusing, and she says he has a nightlight.
Now, being that I have
He,
144
she,
IQ, and she said that they're not bathing with the duck. So
Peking Palace is looking for that duck.
basically,
Nuh-uh.
the duck is clean. The rest of the family, well, they stink.
No, he takes his bath and then I clean the tub out and then we take our baths.
Ladies and
All that
gentlemen,
for $8.
the struggle is real.
Bum, bum.
The
Yeah.
struggle is real.
And we've had people say to us, "Is this show fake?" And I'm like, "Can you fake?
Yes.
Can you fake that?"
I had to teach him how to swim and how to get
No,
Bread,
it's a duck.
Did you put on some fucking floaties? How
It's
did
a
you teach
duck.
it how to swim? And I just cussed.
It's a duck.
He didn't know how
I
to
apologize.
swim.
I just didn't know what to say to her.
You
How did you
not
teach,
have to teach
the
a
duck how to
Adam.
swim, Stephanie?
I did, and I had to teach it how to eat the bread when we threw it in the water.
Did you
so it would know.
regurgitate it back up for him to eat too?
No, I just threw
All
it in the
mother
water
birds
to
do
get.
that.
Scotty.
I'm not the mother bird.
Scotty.
He thinks
you're a mother, all right.
No, he thinks
Scotty.
Ashley is. He adores Ashley.
Mike, can I ask you
Can I go
something?
home?
Where the hell did you find her?
I don't know. Why would you teach a duck how to swim?
Did you
'Cause he
teach him
didn't
how to
know
float too?
swim.
We know you go
I didn't
chunky
want him
dunking.
to drown.
What, did he just like roll over upside down or something? And you're like, hey, duck,
He kept
look
putting
at me. Look at me. Look, do like this.
He kept putting his head under the water and then flipping the water up over his back.
Yeah, it's
He's
called
a duck.
bathing.
It's a duck, you reject.
Oh my God.
It's really cute because then he'll stand up and he'll go like this.
So when people ask you today, Brian, what you did, you just say,
Got dumber.
God
Look,
damn it.
look. He feels like he's on an episode of Hee Haw.
Yeah.
A bad episode.
I
One that
cannot
didn't make it.
believe. Please, somebody call in because this has got to be the stupidest conversation I've ever had in my life. Alex, how have you not called in?
He fell over. He's dead.
Well, Travis
She
said,
had to teach the duck how to float, how to eat, how to
Yeah.
swim.
Well,
It's
Yep.
a duck.
and Travis said that if I
Stephanie.
kept spraying it with the shower, that I was going to drown it.
yeah.
I was really waiting for her to use the words. If
Just
I
when you
kept
think
spraying
couldn't
it,
get any
that's right.
Weirder.
I was waiting for her to say. But Travis said if I kept spraying it, I was going to get it wet.
No, the
It's
water
a
rolls
duck.
right off its back.
It's a duck.
Did you have to show it how to have a watertight butt? You don't want it to sink.
Jesus, Louises.
No, but
How do you not cuss? I mean, like, I'm trying not to make fun of you and cuss because this is absolutely the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I have a question.
Please go.
Does the new light that you're paying for that was going to actually be on the other house, but now is the house you're moving into, does it shine in the backyard of the lady with the lake?
Well, considering that the lady with the lake is now going to be me, yeah, and yes, it does shine in the backyard, and it was supposed to
Thought
be
it was in the
pointed
front
to the
yard.
house. It was supposed to be pointed to the house that we are living in now, but when they came out to put it up, since we were moving, Travis said, "Hey, can you point it to where it's that way?"
What
over that
happens if you
house?"
don't move in this house next door?
We've already got the contract or the agreement, so I mean,
Well, there you go.
and this time it's a paper one and not.
$8 100-watt bulb.
No.
Is it a
So-
100-watt LED?
I don't know.
So,
Travis needs to
eight,
call
uh,
in.
$8 a month, 12 months, $96.
Or maybe it was 1,000 watt. I don't know.
Yeah, you're paying $100.
It's a street light, the typical
a year.
street light.
Paying $100 a year for a light to shine in the backyard of somebody else's house so you can
No.
go to the lake
So,
and teach ducks how to eat bread.
so Brian, what's the highlight of your day so far?
Yeah. It'll be when I leave here. No, I'm not kidding.
Is your wife
That was
listening?
good.
I
Not
don't think
anymore.
So.
Yeah.
So-
Not anymore.
Yeah. So when you get home, because this is recording on YouTube, you can play it back because you're going to have to say, honey, because you're
You're
going
not
to
going to believe
you're
this.
going to call her on the phone and you're going to tell her and she's going to go, Brian, now don't exaggerate. You're going to be like, yeah, you wait till you get home and you replay this. Jeff Mathias does that all the time. He replays it and just can't believe what's coming out of people's mouths.
That's because Jeff has no friends.
Stephanie had to teach a duck to float, y'all.
And to eat bread.
Uh-huh.
Just for fun radio.
As usual, let me get this boat to stop sinking.
I told you to call in.
Thank God.
Hey, I'm trying. But no, the guy, I looked at the guy when he was putting the light up, and I asked him, I said, how many looms is that light going to be? And he's like, oh, it's 100 watts. And that's all he would say.
He is educated.
So
too.
the guy didn't know how many lumens the light was. He just knew the wattage.
So is it a 100-watt LED?
No, it's a 100-watt standard street light kind of light bulb. But we're not paying for the power for it. It's hooked straight into the power lines right there on the pole.
So then,
All we're paying for is the light, $8 a month
well, that's
for
For
security
how long?
light.
that's still you're paying for it because that's what it costs. But regardless, you're paying $8 for a 100-watt bulb to be burning. That's stupid. You can go buy the LEDs that put out 300 watts of light and do better than that. But okay. Okay. Hopefully once. Have you seen it in the dark yet? Does it work?
Oh yeah, it lights up
dude,
real good.
Okay,
my
so
cameras, my cameras, you can see people walking in the street.
So
with
then
the
that's
cameras down.
not 100 watt. That's what I'm getting at. Most of those are 300 watt or 400 watt metal halide, which don't ask me to
It's like a
explain.
miniature football. It's just like a miniature
the metal.
football.
That's metal halide. That's why I'm saying that's not 100 watts.
But
He put
the
up the
thing is,
typical normal street light. Then
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's gonna burn. It's gonna burn.
That's what it's called.
It's gonna burn a bluish white for about a year, and then it's gonna turn blue, and then you're gonna have to call and tell them to come bring you another bulb because that's how those bulbs work.
No, actually, it had like an orange, a whitish orange in.
As it burns, though, the longer it
Yeah.
burns, that's what happens is they start turning blue.
Oh, okay.
And then you have to call and say, hey, this thing ain't putting out a whole lot of light. And then they swap them out.
Right,
Because
they come out
the
and play-
only benefit
play-
behind you paying $8 a month is they have to do all the maintenance and upkeep.
Yep.
Right.
We just pay for the
Basically, that's what it is.
electricity
I pay for the maintenance on it.
Okay.
or whatever.
But yeah, I thought it was funny that this guy's been with the electric company for so long and couldn't tell me how many looms that light bulb was.
he probably doesn't know. Oh, well. All right. And I just don't even want to start discussing the duck with you. So I don't.
All right, there's the boss calling. I got to go.
All right. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. I'm just scared to hear his version of the duck. Travis is
He
just
wants to
raising
eat
it.
the duck.
That's what I was fixing to say. Travis is just raising it as livestock.
Wow.
Dead silent.
No, I was just
dead
reading.
silent.
I was
Yummy
just
duck
reading the
eggs.
YouTube chat again.
Oh God.
Yeah, he's back.
Duck
Like that
eggs.
herpes, you know.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to talk about?
But the funny thing is he doesn't seem to call in.
Again.
Oh God.
Yeah, he's
He doesn't seem to call in though now, does he?
yeah. And then somebody's saying to get Mike off the morning show, leave him on his own show so I don't have to listen to him. Well, you know.
But whoever that is, they could come in and do the morning show.
So anyways.
I've been pretty quiet today, too.
Yes, you have been. So Brian, since we're getting down to the last minutes, let us hear anything that you have to say as far as where you want to see, since you now have these new positions and stuff, where do you want to see ABATE going?
All the way to the top. We've got 350,000 motorcyclists in this state. ABATE only represents a fraction of those. We need those voices in order to protect our right to ride, to stay free.
Yes.
So what we're encouraging everybody to do is sign up, come to the meetings. We've got 15 different districts around the state. So there's plenty of meetings around. Get involved. You know, we need your voice, even if it's just something like paying attention to the legislative alerts when we need somebody to call your legislator and say, hey, please support this bill. It can be something as simple as signing a petition. It can be something, you know, as simple as coming out to the rides that are focused on raising motorcycle awareness. You know, it doesn't take a lot of time to donate your resources.
No, not at all. Especially something like this because you know you're saving lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Well, and the benefit is we take for granted how all these laws are written.
Mm-hmm.
We take for granted what we have as far as our freedoms, and the bad thing is it's a conspiracy.
Well,
I can say the
people
cars
don't
get away with
understand.
stuff.
Yeah, people don't
Yeah.
understand. There are people out there actively working against motorcyclists.
Yes.
They actively are working against motorcyclists because of any issue, you know, a number of issues. You know, trying to a lot of folks have this image, right, of the
Mhm.
biker, quote unquote, the biker, you know, the
Mhm.
ones, you know, the troublemakers, the criminals, the 1%ers, like we're all, you know, things like that.
Well, the 70s and 80s was one thing,
Yeah.
or the 60s and 70s were one things, but hell, or the orthodontists, eye doctors, lawyers,
Yep.
I mean, school teachers,
Mhm.
principals. I mean, there's so many people that ride motorcycles now. I mean, the average motorcycle rider isn't a club member.
Right.
And that's what Sons of Anarchy has got it gave bikers a worse rap, even though we all watched the show,
Right.
but it made everybody believe that that's how all the bikers are.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and
right,
it also
yeah.
made people want to be.
And it made a lot of people want to go
Right.
out and be one.
Yeah, but they have no idea.
Yeah.
You know.
But we're go to our Facebook page. It's ABAIT, Facebook/ABAITGA. We do we have a lot of activity on Facebook. We are launching a new social media campaign, so you'll be able to see, the events, keep up with the legislative alerts, things like that. So throw us a like on there. We don't have an Instagram account yet, but it sounds like we might need to get one.
Yeah, it's the
Yes.
leading. And the thing is anytime you share the Instagram, it'll throw it straight to Twitter and straight to your Facebook.
Yeah.
And then it also, the people that are Twitter people and the people that are Instagram people will then, they also do Facebook. But if they do more on the others, that'll just link it together. Because I picked up a ton of followers on Instagram due to Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah, nice. Oh, you know what we didn't touch on was the tar snake issue.
Yes.
That's got it.
I've been waiting to find out some more about that wreck, and I hadn't heard anything
Yeah,
about
we
it.
met with, and thank you very much, Oz Nesbitt, commissioner, local commissioner, came out to our meeting on Sunday and talked with us. I love me some Oz.
Yeah.
he's
I'm
a real
hoping-
good guy.
I'm hoping
So I hope
if
everybody
he
votes for him,
wins,
yeah.
that he can help us a
I'd
lot.
definitely like to be at the victory party.
Oh yeah.
But he gave us some great suggestions. For those of y'all who may not know, tar snakes are what we call the road sealer that they use, and you can see them everywhere. They are, if they're not applied right, or if they're applied to, there's too much of them, or it's extremely dangerous to motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
We have a very small patch where our tires meet the road, and if anything breaks that, anything breaks that, it means we're gonna slide.
That's right. They don't realize that even though it could be a 6-inch tire or 10-inch tire or 12-inch tire, we're only 2 to 3 inches of us are physically touching the road, and all it takes is that stick, that rock, that snake in the ground, any of that, man.
And it doesn't, in whether it's wet or dry, in the heat, that stuff melts, bubbles up. If it's not applied correctly, it'll bubble up and make a very slick surface. So one of the things that we're looking at doing, and we're going to start locally, which seems to make sense, because there's multiple jurisdictions that use these, different roads. They maintain different roads. But locally, District 5 will start taking a look at what we can do about that. And, there's a number of different solutions. There's monitoring the application process to make sure, holding them accountable to doing it right. These contractors that are working with the government, the government doesn't have the resources to monitor these projects. We can.
But all this that they've done with the snakes is all the county. And when I went out during the morning show, when I went outside, is when I questioned the guy. And he said, well, we're prepping it, getting ready for them to come and put new asphalt down. But the problem is if you're prepping it on the 1st of the month, the asphalt being put down should not be any further than the 10th or the 15th of the month. There's no reason that you should prep it 3 months in advance.
Right.
That's uncalled for, because that's 3 months of hazard that we've now put our lives on the line for you. And when I called the county and got the county's DOT on the phone, the woman over the phone was snickering at me. And I said, ma'am, you must ride in a car. I said, if you were to ever get on a motorcycle, you would change your opinion.
Yeah.
Your perspective would be changed if you ever got on a motorcycle. I said, by what y'all have done, you've put my life in danger, my wife's life in danger, and all my friends that ride on motorcycles. You have put our lives in danger. And I said, we almost wrecked because of what your company did. And it's the county that put it down.
One interesting thing I found out with that issue is, and this is perhaps something that we can do to help try to change it, is a lot of these contractors will charge for that to apply that stuff, that road zip, by the pound.
Oh yeah, well that would make sense why it looks like spaghetti in my front.
Yeah, so why wouldn't they apply as much as they could?
Yeah.
However, if it's charged by the foot,
they're
going to be a little more conservative, and it's going to be applied a little bit better.
Right.
So those are the kind of things that we're doing, ABAIT is doing, that we need your help with, taking pictures, letting us know, send pictures to our Facebook pages. If you have roads that are particularly dangerous. We need evidence. We need stories. In all of these this fight for protecting our rights, voices are important, and pictures speak a lot. Stories, personal stories from people speak a lot.
Yes.
So we need to hear from you guys. Feel free, either email them to us, send it to us on Facebook, call us, send them to Scottie if he's, he can send them on as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to hear from you. Everybody's got stories about these tar snakes.
Oh yeah, because as soon as we started posting it, man, golly,
they are dangerous. Yep, the stories have been coming in, but keep it, because this is our ammo, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what we take to the legislators and say, look at all these stories, look at all these people, look at what you're doing to us.
Well, how crazy was it that while we were talking to Oz, we get the phone call?
Oh yeah.
A person I know had sent pictures of a bike down on Honey Creek right as we were in the middle of this discussion. I mean, literally, Oz is talking, my phone rings and says, "Did you get my message?" I was, no. And we're looking at a bike now. It's a red and black Road King, and it's down. So then I get the pictures a few seconds later. So it's just insane. The very second that we're discussing it, and on the very two roads that were really the ones I had pictures of, is what we found out that the wreck was on.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of blows my mind. Well, look, we're at 9:48. Mike, anything?
Nah, man, it's Friday.
Gee, you took a picture of Mike and put it on Instagram. And
No, I did
yourself?
not. I did not. Where did you see a picture of?
You said you were going to put it on
No,
Instagram.
I said I was
it.
not going to put the picture of Mike on Instagram. It is horrible.
Oh, I was about to say,
I
you didn't take
can't
one
help
of
it.
me.
I'm
Really?
sorry.
You posted one of you 2 days ago that you didn't post of any of us.
Yeah.
So I don't even want to hear it. Quacker.
The guy who's complaining on YouTube, it's called a shamag, you moron. Obviously, you wouldn't know anything about it because there's a real
he's
good
called
chance
a
that,
smuck.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't know anything
schmuck,
about it
wouldn't I
because you
have to pronounce
probably
it
never left Georgia. There's a real good chance that you wouldn't know it.
Whoa.
Homeschooled and had some type of illicit relationship with your teacher. I'm thinking you probably grew up in a group home, your feet stink, and you don't love God. There's a reason why you make noises when you walk. It's because you haven't trimmed your toenails since you were a teenager. So shut your pie hole before I start dating your mom and change your bedtime.
Sweet.
Check it out. I'm making it drizzle.
And that wasn't a you're drunk.
I just lost it back
I
on
love
video.
these freaking Cowboys. Call in my show,
Call
you
in.
little punk.
Well, the number's right there. Why don't they call in?
Because these guys get on
Coward.
their little freaking.
It's just like the other people that want to
he's
start
such a
trouble
big
with me.
tough guy.
They want to run their mouths. The problem is
Bite me.
5 years ago, 6 years ago, well, when I was construction Scottie and I didn't have to worry about ruining the brand of DJ Scottie,
Yeah.
I wouldn't let you get away with getting smart mouth with me. And I had a person that wanted to pop their mouth off, and I should have fixed it right then and there, but I let it slide. One of my co-hosts were with me, and she just looked at me and said, "Just let her say her piece. Don't snap on her." And I should have fixed it when it happened because it progressively got worse. A boundary was crossed. She didn't respect boundaries, and she should have respected boundaries. But I've learned now I need to start stopping it as soon as it happens before it gets out of hand.
I agree.
Now he's put violins like he's crying.
Oh. Yeah, whatever. Abraham.
So, anyways,
I just find it funny that he gripes and complains, but yet every single day he's on there.
Well, you know what I find funny, I'm going to be honest, is that we have a radio show.
Make your haters be your
and
motivators.
He's got a
That's right.
keyboard. Big difference.
Yeah.
and it's on a Metro PCS phone. So, anyways,
Hey, don't be knocking the Metro PCS phone. He's got one of them Obama phones.
Hey,
Obama.
Obama phone.
Abraham, go to Walmart and make
Oh
your
my God.
car payment.
Go get your safe link.
Yeah, loser.
Remind me not to get on
What?
y'all's bad side.
Oh no, it's just
Ever.
funny. We just think if you're gonna come pick at us, we're gonna pick back.
Yeah.
We joke
Yes.
about it all
Well,
the
I mean,
time.
I
If
welcome-
you're
I
gonna
welcome
come and
phone
you're gonna
calls.
pick and you're gonna be a butt, we'll be a butt back.
He's in Walmart now, so he
Good.
must work there.
Yeah, he's picking up his mom.
At least when I go to Walmart, I have people ask for my autograph.
Did you see that picture I
Abraham,
showed a little while ago, Stephanie?
And to have pictures made with me.
Watch. Let me go back to this. I tried telling her this morning that she needed to go see this picture, and she refused.
I went and tried to find it. And
There
didn't
it
find
says.
it.
There, Stephanie. There it is, right there. What does that say? Read it out loud.
I'm a 4.5, but at Walmart, I'm a solid 9. I'm a 10, bitch.
Whoa, there you go.
At Walmart, you're a 10?
Yes.
You're in bin number 10.
That's the dollar bin.
Yeah, that's Dollar General. I got $9.
Or the 99-cent, 88-cent bin at Walmart.
Yeah. That is so funny.
I didn't see that when I was looking for it.
I told you to go look for it. So, anyways, look, we done wasted everybody's time this morning. Enjoy your Friday. Abraham,
Get a life, dude.
yeah, dude, go do whatever. But really,
I'm looking at his birth certificate right here. It's an apology letter from a condom factory.
the funny thing is, the funny thing is he's doing this for his entertainment. So he can't hate you too bad. Because he's entertained. He's entertained.
Oh no, he's trashing all of us.
I don't care.
He's
Oh,
giving
I
us stuff
know.
to
I'm just
freaking-
saying.
We
He's a
would,
joke.
if we had the means to find you, I mean, out under that rock, we would probably mess with you a little bit too.
So
Show us, hey, send me a link to your Facebook page so we can send you some good
he
stuff
doesn't
too.
have Facebook. He's got Twitter.
Whatever.
Oh, he's got
So, anyways,
So if you're looking for something to do this weekend, there is
Ride for the Fallen.
Yes.
the Ride for the
Yeah.
Fallen this weekend. Saturday morning there is the Fireman 5K. Isn't that what it's called?
yes, tomorrow.
And also Saturday evening in Monroe, Georgia, there it's the
Oh, God.
Southern Fried
Yes,
Wrestling.
should have known.
Yes. And yeah, that's all that's going on this
That's all that's going on this week.
Well, you got
That's
Friday.
absolutely all. What are we doing for the duck, man?
Yeah, Friday night.
Swimming lessons? You doing
tonight.
swim lessons tonight?
Oh yeah, Ashley's prom is tonight. Her actual special needs prom.
I thought she already went to the prom.
I thought
No.
that was a prom too, but come to find out, it was just a patriotic dance that Oz and Sheriff Levitt's put
Oh,
together.
Jesus.
So this that's tonight is the actual special needs prom, and
Okay.
it's going to be at the First Baptist Church of Conyers. I have
Okay.
no idea where that is, but I need to find it. And they're actually going to have people there that's going to do their hair and do their makeup, and
Oh, that'll be
Um,
fun.
they're actually supplying dresses and suits for
And,
the kids,
and,
for the guys that don't have suits. Yeah, my brain is still
And
asleep.
So,
And
and
then-
don't forget tonight at 7, Friday night comedy featuring a Jew and a black guy.
And
a
apparently a
Pollock.
I can't
Pollock.
stop saying it and laughing. Hosted by Jared. Make sure, and it's not Jared from the $5 foot long. Not that Jared.
Subway.
Anyways, a Jew and a black guy. It is the name. Don't pick on me. Friday night comedy at the Social House located in Porterdale. You need to go down to the Social House, go like their page. The Social House, the Social House, the Social
And get that Widowmaker.
Yeah, the
Oh.
Widowmaker.
What all is on it?
Everything. One of everything.
Because it looks like there's like tater tots, possibly. Not tomato, but peppers. And it looks like the buns are actually grilled cheese sandwiches that are the buns.
Dang, man. Look, I need to say this to Abraham, and then I'll be done. I don't think he's stupid.
Are you fixing to apologize because you didn't pay enough child support?
No, it's just I don't want him to think that I think he's stupid. I just think he has
He's
bad
just
luck.
having fun.
I think he has bad luck.
He's
when
just
he's
goofing
thinking.
off, no different than we are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
He's trying to make a name for himself. We can't help that we already have ours.
yeah. I mean, it's sad. Blame your parents, dude.
Man, y'all are vicious.
Well, I mean, you know,
I mean,
Dr. Darwin's office.
I
Can I
don't-
help you?
I don't wish anything bad for him.
I
I
do.
think you should go to Stephanie's and let her teach you how to swim in the pond.
eat
Oh
bread.
yeah, that pond that has a 3-eyed bass in it. Yeah, come on.
He's actually living proof that evolution can go in reverse, you know.
Three-eyed bass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
They can see at night.
So you tell me if you want to get in that lake, or if you want to eat anything that comes out of that lake.
But you're so proud of it.
I like to feed the geese.
Oh, I've eaten the geezers.
That is hilarious.
I'm not going swimming in it.
Okay.
I'll play with
No,
the
but you'll be in the
turtles
bathtub after the duck.
after I bleach it.
I mean,
You make
Gotta
it.
bleach the duck.
No, I bleach the tub.
Every time you take the duck out?
Yes.
I don't know if that's healthy.
I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah, plus your toenails. would
Okay,
be
you
all-
want
How long
me
have
to
you had the
show-
duck? How long have you had the duck?
2 weeks.
Are you
Holy cow.
serious?
You've been hiding this for 2 weeks because you knew.
Yes, I knew, but
You
I can't hide it
knew.
anymore because hopefully some of you fuckers are come help me move.
Why don't you just bring it over here and throw it in my lake?
I was
When he
almost
gets
done, and
bigger-
you all fired this up again.
Yeah, we
I was
do that.
almost free.
Yeah.
I was almost free. And
We do
y'all
that.
fired it up again.
You can escape any moment. Just set the headphones down and run.
Yeah.
When he gets bigger, I was either gonna bring him over here, him, he,
It.
whatever
Oh my
it is.
God.
Are you going to teach you how to swim in a real lake?
Oh, I
No,
gotta
that's
see
what you're
this.
for.
Oh my God.
No, I'm either gonna bring him over here
The other
or
ducks will
bring
pick
it
on them.
bring it over here, or take it down to Lake Jackson.
Bring
where
them
my
over here on a
friend-
slow simmer with a nice tinfoil wrap
No,
on
no,
top
no,
of it so
no.
it'd be good and tender.
or take him to
Here,
my
check-
cousins.
Let's be honest. This is kind of an uppity lake over here. You better. That duck's gonna come
What are you
over here and get
saying? My
beat up.
duck's too good for this lake?
No, I'm saying you
All the
got a
other
dumb
ducks
bleached out
pooping.
duck. Got a dumb bleached out duck. Got a bleached duck.
And I know the way I'm fixing to say this is only funny because if I say it to Stephanie, it'll make sense. If it gets any more stupider, we're in trouble.
Yeah. Can you imagine that duck coming over here and all the other ducks going, "What are you doing?" It's like, I'm trying to eat bread."
So right now it looks like Daffy, and
Well,
she's really wanting it
see-
to be more like Donald.
Yeah.
The problem is it got.
Wait, the problem is you got a friggin' duck in your bathtub.
Well,
Stephanie.
the problem
That's
is
the problem.
it
I'm gonna
got
go.
too,
Yeah.
it got too used to seeing the silver bowls that we feed it in. So that's what it associated with food. So yes, I had to teach it to eat.
So every
The bread.
time that you were laying dinner out
He
on the
used to be
table with
terrified.
all of y'all silver, y'all have your names on your elbows, like Stephanie,
No.
Travis,
No, it
T-Dog.
just says diva for mine.
T-Dog.
No, he's teabag. Get it right.
Well, you don't want to have the duck eating out of Travis's metal bowl, Scotty. God, the hell you think this is, a family reunion?
Yeah.
Everybody can't just be eating out of the same stuff.
So yes, I had to teach him how to
2
eat.
weeks you've been hiding this from us because you knew,
Yep.
you knew good and well we were going to call you crazy.
Well, she still doesn't know if it's a male or a female.
Yeah.
What the?
I was told that if
I
it
just
was
threw
a
that
male,
out there.
that the butt feathers would point straight up.
So you've been checking
if
out
it
his
was a
shirt?
female, they would be flat,
You could,
and
you
the
know
butt
what?
feathers are sticking
If I'm
up.
a pedophile, she's a duckophile.
She's from the X-Files, dude.
She's a duckophile.
Oh my
But
God.
it's
look, his
brown.
tail feathers.
Stephanie, don't tell me anything about looking at this duck's butt and telling me it's
you
brown.
can't help but see it.
Hey, I don't want to hear about you trying to check out the duck's butt.
I
Is
want a
it-
video. Is there video?
Yes.
Yes, there's
Yeah,
video.
No, because it's some
I'm
kind of
starting
weird
to
crime.
believe
Yeah.
it.
Green,
Dude,
yeah.
this is going
Green
to
piece
fall.
and DNR are
This is
going
going
to
to fall
as
under some
evidence.
animal cruelty crap.
Yeah.
How is it animal cruelty?
Well, maybe
I
the-
take it out.
Exploitation of a duck's butt. I don't know.
perhaps there's a reason why this duck didn't know how to swim or eat
The
bread.
fact that you just sounded like a duck perv on radio saying I was checking out his butt. It's brown. I mean, Stephanie.
Yeah, they're going
It
to
is
come
Don't
up,
show me a
turning
pic-
brown.
they're going to come
See,
up with a
there's
whole
the
new
duck.
tax.
That's
Only a
big
weirdo
duck.
carries
That's
that
not
kind of stuff
big
on a
duck.
video.
That's a big
bigger than
duck.
what I thought it was.
Yeah, me too.
Most people
Is
don't
that
carry
poop?
duck porn on their phone.
No, that's bread.
That's poop in the tub.
No, that's bread.
That's poop.
Just turn it loose.
That's
It's not old enough yet. My cousin told me when.
yeah,
to turn
because your
it loose.
cousin's a
My
duck
cousin-
authority,
God, how
And
come
He
you milk-
raises ducks.
and you milk cats.
I
He
see
raises ducks. You want to see
Whoa,
all
whoa,
his
whoa,
ducks?
milking cat.
whole different show, dude.
Okay.
It was not a
Save
cat.
that.
It was
That's
a
next.
dog.
Sorry, I got it wrong.
Get
It
it
was a dog.
right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You know,
I
what
had
think?
to see if she was going into labor, and that's what the vet told me to tell.
Are you hearing this?
Yeah.
I had to check to see if the dog was in labor, so I milked it.
Yeah.
You did catch that, right?
Hey, 8 centimeters. It's lactating.
I
visualize Steph walking down a 2 trail in the woods
with a rubber glove,
with overalls. Overalls on that have had their shorts, overall shorts. You know, the ones they cut off. No shirt on, but a bra. You know, that kind of thing. Walking with rubber galoshes on, one rubber boot or one rubber glove, holding a dead duck, singing, "My cousin done told me to go get a duck." And then turn around, looking over her shoulder and going.
So right now you hear and you got corrected. Your husband says it's actually been 3 weeks.
Oh,
I don't think it's been that long. There's some of my cousin's ducks.
You know, just what? Never mind. No, because it's 10.
So see, you fight for motorcycle laws, and I see 2 or 3 animal laws that might be in the process of being broken.
See,
Aww.
All I can say is Mossberg 12 gauge birdshot.
He raises
we
them.
need to take that.
That right there. Yeah, look at that picture though. We'd be eating like kings for like a couple days.
You can wrap them in bacon. Bacon.
All right, man. We're at 10:03. We're gonna get out of here. I want to thank Brian for coming in. Again, tomorrow we're sharing this for that ride. If you're able to get out or want to get out, you don't have to be on 2 wheels. You can come hang out at the Conyers location.
That's a lot of ducks.
We will be sharing all that. I'm sorry I yawned.
That's a lot of ducks.
It is a lot of ducks.
It is a lot of ducks.
Would y'all say bye?
Bye.
Bye. Look, Mike.
Thank you.
That's a lot of ducks.
Thanks for coming in. Sorry, this is Friday though.
No,
you know.
Fine.
No, it wasn't.
I'm
Don't
okay.
lie.
Honestly,
No.
I'm okay.
Yeah. It'll hit you later.
Yeah.
It's kind of like losing.
My cousin's property.
It's about to start raining.
Scotty?
Twitching my
what?
face.
Here's my cousin's property, so that's why he has all the ducks.
Oh,
that ain't your cousin. Quit lying.
Yes, it is my cousin.
Ownership of property in Steph's family.
Inbred Fred
ducks.
does not have that kind of stuff.
My mama done told me.
Wow, really?
To go get a duck.
So listen, because of what's happening, we're going to do the commercials and then play Morris Day the Bird. And then we're going to play then we're going to play Prince. When Doves Cry. And then it's going to go to Cypress Hill, Insane in the Membrane. Then it's going to go to Blake Shelton, The More I Drink, because that's Stephanie. And then we're going to go to John Cougar's, Pink Houses.
All right. I'm hanging around.
I'm just thinking all those songs together is a subliminal message from Stephanie's brain.
Did you get it? I'm hanging around. Little Pink Houses for you and me.
And those for the long-term listeners that actually know about when my mother called in about her little dog that
and your little dog too.
Little dog too now.
What about it?
That recognized the cancer on the end of her nose. She is actually in the process of getting that removed right now. So if you would keep her in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you.
Okay, so we're out of here. Everybody have a good day.
Saved it to the last.
I do agree. In 2-3 weeks, when the duck hits in healthier weight, we may be having a duck fry. Everybody,
no, I don't think so.
Come hang out with us. Get you a duck leg.
See the fish that they catch out of my cousin's lake?
We're gonna cook it up like some church's chicken.
No, you're not cooking the duck. Nope.
Mandarin.
Got in.
No, not
Peking bacon wrap duck.
Okay, we got to go.
See you. Bye.
We love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Later.
Y'all.
Say goodbye on YouTube.
Bye on YouTube.
Bye on YouTube.
Thank you, guys.
Sorry, it got a little nuts.